No Jumper, coolest podcast in the world. And this is the first ever episode of the No Jumper Show. Now, let me just try to explain this real quick. Is that in the past, I've done maybe 13 or so episodes of the Adam 22 Show, just trying to, get more consistent with creating a fun atmosphere of just being able to talk, hang out with the homies. Meanwhile, also, there's been however many episodes of the Cam Girl and House Phone Show.
Yep.
19.
19? Not bad.
Jesus Christ.
So with that being said, I sort of took a look at the landscape at a certain point and I said, you know what, let's combine forces and just create one super dope weekly podcast. We'll shoot it on Monday, maybe Tuesday, but try to get it out the next day.
Monday.
Maybe even Wednesday. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But can you tell them the truth?
Yeah.
The truth is that you came on our show, you hosted it, and then you realized I'm just going to host the show.
Because I had been trying to sort of sort out in my head, because, okay, there's a certain flavor of No Jumper podcast. Like all the ones from back in the day where we had a ton of different people and everybody's smoking and hanging out.
House phones doing coke on the table.
I never did any drugs on the table.
He's not Lil Tracy.
Tracy did do
Who
that.
definitely
That was wild.
did do that.
That was wild.
Although I think, to be honest, that footage of Tracy doing coke on the podcast got removed because that was the one where he was also talking all the shit about Peep, which he asked me to remove it right after Peep died.
Did it get? Is this not on YouTube anymore?
I think the audio is, but I don't think any kids ever saved the video, and I wouldn't give it up just because it was
so of course not.
Wait, you took it down, or
Tracy asked me to take it? Oh, okay. He asked me to have it taken down right after Pete passed, and I'm like,
sense.
yeah, because it's like, why do you really want to call attention to the low?
Of course.
Yeah.
They were bickering,
and it was like they were going through that time period. They were just into it,
it was weird.
And so I don't know.
I mean, it's the same thing with Ski and X, to be honest, and I would have done the same thing for Ski. If Ski had a podcast where you're saying this is why I don't fuck with X.
Yeah, exactly.
He passes, he wants it down, sure, of course.
Easy.
Yeah, when someone dies.
But how
how
often does that really happen where someone's like, yo, Adam, can you fucking take this away? Can you take this down?
Oh, but usually they don't have a good reason, so then I just don't take it down.
Yeah, just who gives a fuck?
But
who is it that threatened you? The kids.
Kevin Abstract.
No, he didn't threaten me. He just
You did a Kevin Abstract interview?
Yes, before he was anything. Yeah, but when I was like, if you had asked me what Brockhampton was, or if you had asked every kid at Coachella what Brockhampton was, nobody would have known. But I did that interview, and
I don't think they had even formed Brockhampton yet.
They did, but it was super low key. And actually, when I did that interview, I thought that he was breaking away from Brockhampton, and that he was about to sort of do the solo thing, and then
I didn't even know that they were even a group yet at that time when you did that. And then he sent the Booty Goons, and Adam was like, "Yo."
You said the what?
The Booty Goons. Adam was like, "Yo, take this shit off right
That's
now."
not true. His manager did call me a couple of times.
Clancy?
But I think I don't remember who it was, but I think he was asking
Adam.
me to take it down. Nah, it was something.
What's the Booty Goons?
Gay warriors, I'm assuming.
What is the Booty Goons?
Gay defense squad. You call them the Booty Goons.
I remember Young Weege was threatening you.
Yo, shout out Young Weege. Shout out D Savage.
Young Weege is gonna shoot up this
Young
fucking
Weege
interview.
got his podcast removed by just straight up filing a complaint through YouTube because they were underage.
They were underage though.
They were 15 or some shit. So
they were on here wilding out.
Okay.
Oh, were they really wilding out? Really?
That's hilarious.
I mean, actually, I feel kind of guilty about that because I wasn't thinking about how young Weege was, but he texted me before that podcast and was like, "Yo, can you buy me a pack of woods?" I hand him a pack of woods. And then he's just comatose on the podcast. He was
he's just like that.
He's
in
always
general.
like that. Yeah, but
I
he
had
was
pho
so
with
high.
him one time, and
you had a what?
Pho, because I was hanging out with my.
You and Young Weege.
He's one of these.
Not just me.
He's
and
one
Young
of these
Weege.
dudes who scam for dinner, me.
Oh my God.
Young Weege did not pay for my pho. Okay, I paid for my own. He's friends with one of my producer friends from Korea, and he somehow is friends with Young Weege, and we all had food, and I had no idea what that fucking Young Weege was gonna be there, and he said one word.
We're all gonna feel like the biggest dipshits if Young Weege is Rich Brian times 10 in a couple of years.
He
might. He really might be.
I believe.
He's pretty
I
cool.
never knew that.
Is this my water?
No, I brought this one over here. Why is it so loud in the front? What the fuck is that?
Oh, they're putting down the metal grate.
Is that one yours?
That makes sense.
My what?
Mine disappeared.
Your
Yours
water?
disappeared, yeah. Okay,
so they'll give you more. Yuri, grab Cam Girl 7 or 8 waters.
Can you grab me a water, please? Anyway,
wait,
sorry, what were we talking about?
So anyway, you and Young Weege went on a date.
No.
This is the same time
I don't
frame.
I'm not gonna. You guys have to let me talk.
Yes, that's one thing we have to be mindful is that our voices are booming and more powerful than Kim.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Kim is a woman. Let her speak. I'm sorry.
Thank
It's
you.
just like a Democratic debate.
How are you feeling today, Kim? What's up with you? What's going on?
Or do you want to defend yourself against claims that you dated Young Weege?
I did not date Young Weege. Also, isn't he fucking underage?
He's probably 18 now.
He's probably 18 now for sure, yeah. But not when you were hanging out with him. Anyway.
I hate you guys.
No, but okay, so I did do an episode of Campground House Phone with you guys, and then did I ever come out?
Yeah.
Oh, I should have probably looked at the comments and stuff like that. But
you also talked about holding me down and
fucking him.
and fucking me in a scenario where it was life or death situation.
Yep.
That was really uncomfortable.
did you feel violated? Because I take it.
I felt a little violated just even talking about
Well,
that.
It's
I
crazy
understand your
that
pain.
like when you guys talk like that, I just zone out,
Yeah,
and I had no idea that happened. And he sent me some fucking clip.
It's like some like the best of No Jumper Instagram, like or whatever.
Oh, yeah,
hey, shout
yeah,
out to them. Shout out best of No Jumper. They always tag me like,
Shout out to the fan pages.
yo, yeah. So she had no idea what I was even talking about.
Yeah,
I
I
had
was
to send
like,
it to
what?
her. She like completely zoned out.
Yeah, because you're talking about Adam raping your butthole. I'm like, what?
I forget what we were talking about, but it was more about like
You
how
just brought
much.
that up,
You
right?
literally just brought it up.
It was something about.
There was no context.
There was
like-
nothing like
What were we talking about? It was something about like having the physical strength to stop somebody who was trying to have sex with you, and I was basically
no. I don't
No,
think that
you're
was.
making it
I
up.
don't think that was the.
Okay,
basis.
fine. House phone. I wanted to have sex with you against your will, and we were talking about it. Why is that such a big deal?
You were absolutely out of pocket. One,
Jesus Christ.
two.
I gotta be careful.
Yeah, man. You can't say something
All
like
right,
that.
this is the conversation that I at least want to spark on this though. Is like, what do you guys think that we should aim for this podcast becoming? Because this is the thing: is that we only have so much control over what the podcast is, because at the end of the day, we're just going to sit down and we're just going to talk. But I
Yeah.
do believe that there is a certain degree to which we can sort of guide the conversation in advance by sort of outlining what we want this to be. And this is one thing that I do want to say about this, is that I think this one might run long, but I think in general, we should try to stay in the vicinity of an hour to an hour and a half.
Agreed.
Keep it an hour.
I mean,
yeah.
unless there's like some pertinent topics that are so fucking
Pertinent.
Perking him.
Perking him.
She's off the perks in him. Anyway, but like, I just think that,
nothing to say.
a half hour is the average commute, I guess. So I think that
Yeah,
like
you really thought about this.
No, I
Yeah,
was
yeah.
reading an article that said this earlier.
Outline the shit out of that.
I just
Damn.
think that we might be sort of like alienating our audience to a certain extent if we're going to put out like a 2.5 hour.
because nobody's really gonna sit there for 2 hours.
I mean, I know me and you have had this conversation, but like me personally, when I listen to podcasts, I only strictly listen audio on
Really?
on podcast app, or obviously Joe Budden on Spotify.
Oh, you're a Joe
So,
Budden fan. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm a stan.
We're trying to overthrow them.
You're
Though.
Rory gang or Mall gang?
I'm Joe Budden gang. I'm Parks Hive.
Wait,
Holy shit.
I can't even laugh because I have no idea.
Those are all the
You're a
co-hosts.
loser.
But Parks is like Parks is
I
the one that
love
you don't
Parks.
see, who I don't even know.
Oh,
what he
Yeah,
looks like
his
stuff.
voice is just on there.
No, but you want to know? Actually, I'm going to let something out of the bag. Is that when we were at Rolling Loud, I was doing the Audio Mag booth, and they told me that they hired Erickson, who is the fucking engineer from Joe Budden, and that he was there. And I actually don't know what he looked like, but at one point, me and Hakeem were having a conversation because it was right after Joe Budden's breakup, and Hakeem kept calling Joe Budden toxic. And I'm just like looking
Yeah,
around.
you're like,
This-
because you don't know which one is
which one is him?
which one is Erickson.
Wow, I'm such a fan. I would have asked everyone around, taking a picture with him.
You would have. You're that big a fan. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I really
You would have been like,
him.
"Are you Erickson?"
Yeah, I'd be like, "Who's Erickson?"
That's lit.
I felt that.
I'd do the face reveal of Erickson.
Do you know one time I went over to Joe Budden's hotel room and we smoked mad cigs?
I thought you were gonna say something else.
I didn't know.
And I let him clap my cheeks. He was a booty warrior.
I didn't know where that was
He's
about to
booty,
go.
What is it? Booty
Booty goon.
Booty-
Booty goons.
Joe
just-
Budden is my booty goon.
It's just a goon that is like it.
It searches for booty.
I mean, sure, I guess. Like, you
I
know.
mean, if that's all that the definition is and there's no like gay thing built into it, then Joe Budden is definitely a booty goon. He's been running around gooning over booties for show. He brought a lot of booties into the game that we never saw before, and he deserves
Honestly.
credit for that.
yeah, honestly, he's a pioneer of the booty legacy.
Wait, that is actually a good question that is completely useless, and I don't know why I'm asking this, but is there any girls in the game that you feel like you sort of brought into the game and then they sort of got like leveled up through?
I know you.
Who, me?
I know who you're
Who?
gonna say.
Is there any?
You don't have to drop an ad,
I'm not
but I
gonna
want to
say
know.
names.
Damn, I don't know. Me personally, no.
Yeah.
You, yeah.
Even if you didn't put him on game, like you brought him to LA
Oh
culture.
my god! Yeah,
And then
so
they're
many
dating
then.
Playboy Cardi 6 months later is what I'm referring to,
Oh,
you know?
Yeah, you're right.
Not him.
Who's
necess-
that?
No. Not
no.
specifically, but just like that kind of thing. you
Oh
know?
no, it was definitely a situation where I was on the way to. It was like a mass gorilla Lil B show. It was Lil B and friends, and Playboy Cardi was opening, which is crazy to me to even think about.
Wow.
It was like Playboy Cardi.
You sure that wasn't a ham show?
No, it was Masquerilla for sure.
Oh, okay.
And it was at not the Roxy at what's the one? El Rey. It was at the El Rey. So I'm on the way to the El Rey with this random bitch from Long Beach, right? And I'm playing Playboy Cardi the whole way. This is like 2015 Cardi.
Oh,
too.
I remember the story. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm like playing her Cardi's music. She's like, "Wow, this is really good." I'm like, "Yeah, he's gonna be there. Like this is gonna be the guy's performing." So we go to the show. I go to take a piss and I come back from the bathroom and she's sitting on Playboy Cardi's lap.
Wow.
From the moment I went to go pee to like out.
And
of the
that
bathroom.
girl was Iggy Azalea.
Is it what?
Exactly.
Is it what?
Happy ending to the story.
That girl's Iggy Azalea. No, it wasn't. It
And
wasn't.
now they're getting married.
Exactly. Wait,
Wait, what?
Are they still
They're
dating?
getting
Are
married.
they engaged? I don't know. Isn't there something?
Honestly,
Why
she
isn't
has
he doing
the-
any music with her?
Why? What?
Why do you think? Because his music's good.
Hers is bad.
I think that would.
It would make sense.
Okay, but look, if it came
He
out
could help
tomorrow, they had a song together. What would be the reaction?
Honestly,
I would listen to it.
You saying like, why haven't they done music together? It makes me realize that I've never thought about that, and I think about that with any other musician couple,
what I'm saying.
but they just seem like they just
Wouldn't make a song together.
yeah.
I'm definitely
To
not.
me.
But I mean, she did a song with Tyga before she did a song with her fucking boyfriend, fiance guy.
Bro, they
Yeah,
probably
and
have
Quavo.
mad. They probably have mad songs in the stash or something. I just hope
Yeah.
they never come out.
Oh, man, but
But
would
I-
you really want to get in the studio with your girlfriend? I wouldn't.
I feel like don't a lot of people do that though?
I feel weird when I'm even recording in front of a girl that I'm dating.
Because you're talking about like
Crazy
your
shit,
ass
yeah.
claps getting.
I just killed a bitch. You might be next. Yeah.
I made a whole song about robbing that girl who is actually calling me right now. Look,
Let me see.
Who is it?
my ex, that one girl.
Oh
I used to
shit,
date.
she's still around. I didn't think she talked to you still.
Nah, she had a boyfriend. She was in jail, but she just broke up.
I thought we were
She
putting our
just
phones on
went
Do
to
Not
jail.
Disturb.
I was.
Wait, her boyfriend's in jail?
No, she was in jail, which means that she was in a relationship.
Wait, what?
She was in. He's trying to say being in a relationship is being in jail.
She was in jail for like 2. Hey, this is at Lil Thug Baby. Go
my
in her
God.
comments, drop house phone comments on Instagram. Go on Instagram at Lil Thug Baby. Drop house phone comments in her comments.
Every
Hot phone
podcast we
emojis.
say, we start. He says he's not going to shout out girls. Every podcast, at the end, he starts shouting out like 3 different ads.
Right.
Okay, because you know why? I got to this point where like I don't want nobody else. This
Oh my God.
this is serious this time. This is the one that got away from me. And
You've been talking about her since like Let's Talk About Sex podcast back in the day, bro.
exactly.
When is that?
Well, I used to.
That was the first one you ever did,
Exactly.
or wasn't it like wasn't it Girl Talk or
Yeah,
it's just?
it
I used to have just like
God.
random. See, that's part of the problem is
I
I
remember you
have.
did like calling all boyfriends. I remember that one.
There was
Wait,
so
what?
many stupid titles that I used back in the day. If of all of those, like that's the energy that I'm trying to bring about with this shit weekly. Is just like a real deal hangout. And honestly, I felt very relaxed. I just did a Glasses Malone interview for an hour, and I felt relaxed during that too. But it's just kind of like
It's different.
if you, yeah,
You
it
want to
feels
just chat
different.
shit,
Just wanna
as
chat
the
shit.
And that's why we can.
Londoners would
That's why
say.
we can literally talk about random ass shit because we fucking.
Except I brought fucking 30 topics.
You brought
Oh,
30
wow.
topics.
Okay, like 15.
Hit
Or
us
maybe
with-
20.
Hit us with one just so we can. And by the way, I just want to say the Joe Budden shit. When you watch it, Joe's always bitching about cohesion. There's not enough cohesion on the podcast, and so that's
like-
sort of been like ringing in my brain. It's just like cohesion. Like what the fuck does he?
Like-
I mean, I know what it means.
I think he
but
means
like,
like
what-
stop going off topic and talking. But that's kind of how
But, like-
conversations go with friends when you're just sitting around.
Yeah, you just shoot the shit. You know.
Yeah, but I mean, he's kind of just.
And you know the polar opposite of that is like when you go on DJ Vlad and it's like he's got a list of topics and he doesn't want you to talk about shit out of order because it's like, no, let's just get this
It's like,
topic
okay,
for
so-
this clip and then we'll do the next one. And it's like you can't just run around between different topics, which is weird because I feel like my interviews are very much like, let's
Well,
just
the
go.
flow.
Let's flow.
I feel like the flow is always better, and like that's why like when me and her were doing our show, she was very on my ass about being like more structured, and I'm like that's just not really how my brain works sometimes. But
I
like,
don't think we have to be like fucking military structure,
No,
but
for
I
sure.
think like, I mean, this is a bad example, but when me and you were doing the podcast after Rolling Loud, we just had nothing to talk
we had
about. We're
zero
like,
to talk
so
about.
what should we talk about now?
we just talked about Rolling Loud for like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I
and then
think
yeah.
that's the value of the attempt at cohesion is like, yeah, once you start having the conversation, you're not really going to be able to control where it goes that much. But if like you have ideals in mind that you're sort of trying to hit, then there can be sort of like a silent understanding about certain things. But I also feel like like the Joe Budden shit, they've been doing fucking 250 episodes every week. So it's kind of like they've had time to sort of find their groove. And but that's the thing I got struck by when I did the podcast with you guys is I'm like, oh, I have a good rapport with them. That's the weekly podcast.
So I need to invade. I need to be a white man and colonize their podcast and invade.
That is on my YouTube channel.
Exactly.
Give them their thing and take it right back.
You know what? Let me just jump in this too. But honestly, I feel like this is gonna do good.
Because even with Joe Budden's podcast, like, I mean, personally, I've listened to like every single new one that's come out for like the past year or 2 years, and so
every week consistently.
Every time it drops Wednesday and Saturday.
But you listen to it on Spotify. I watch it on YouTube.
Yeah,
I
can't do the YouTube thing because I'm trying to like listen to it and like clean my house. Like I'm not trying to like watch fucking Joe Budden yell at Rory.
Well, I listen to podcasts while I play Tetris for the like 99% of the time, to be totally honest.
Yeah.
So I'm not really looking at it, and when I do look up at it, a lot of times I'm thinking like, man, there really ain't a lot going on the screen.
Because I think, I mean, they're just sitting there. So that's why I think like trying the audio thing might be interesting. You know,
doing audio
only.
No, not audio only, but like trying to attempt at like, oh, we're also trying to grow this audio.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
Because
SoundCloud and iTunes. Shout out to our SoundCloud and iTunes.
Shout out.
We're on Spotify and everything too.
Yeah,
or Apple Podcasts.
I just want everybody to smash the like so that we know that you like the fact that we're doing this, and also, I think that we can get 200,000 weekly listeners on YouTube alone.
Yeah.
We just got to stay consistent for a few months.
Yeah, we got to just get it going, man.
Or forever.
Forever, exactly. That's what I'm saying. I feel like in a couple of months, we could build up that level of audience. Because my Adam 22 shows, at a certain point, we're doing like 100K. And I'm thinking like, okay, nice. We're building. This is good. And then I just stopped like a piece of shit.
What happened? You were
Why'd you just stop?
Got overloaded with other shit.
Sometimes I get depressed and I can't do podcasts. And I think it was one of them, you know?
No, I felt that for real.
Are you joking?
No. I was like,
I didn't know you have emotions.
Oh no, I got low key depressed. But I mean, it's not even like
I've
100%.
never heard you even.
I know. I'm like,
remotely
whoa.
say anything.
Really?
I've never heard you say depressed unless you're talking about someone else.
I mean, me getting depressed is like, it makes it hard to podcast. Like, it's hard to be creative. And honestly, like, having been depressed in the past, it's like I can go and do interviews with people. I can ask them questions. I can even get involved. But at the end of the day, that's still kind of surface level because I don't really have to talk about myself. When you have to do this, or you just sit down and it's like, if I'm miserable right now, you could probably tell.
No, bro.
So basically, you're saying that we bring you happiness.
Yes, mostly you.
Honestly. Mostly you.
I mean, me and Kim just spent like 3 weeks together.
How was that?
That was chill.
It was cool.
Where were you guys at?
Like
in fucking London?
Yeah, we went to Chicago and then London.
Jesus Christ.
All I know is
World travelers.
Adam needs weed and he needs it every day.
Why? You saw me getting angry when I didn't have weed? See, I feel like
you don't notice, but I do.
Yeah, I mean, my girl tells me that shit too. She's like,
you just get a little bit
like she
jittery.
wants me to get weed even though she doesn't smoke because she's like, you're nicer when you have weed.
Yeah, I mean, there were times like right when we got to London, Lennon was like, okay, Kim, we need to find weed. And that's when I was like, okay, guys, we want a gram, we want 3 grams.
The two girls who don't smoke and they're just fucking making sure.
We need to fucking drug him.
I am kind of rigid when I'm not.
But then how is that when like you're in some place where it's really hard to find weed or it's really hard to find like
weed.
Nah, I feel like some places you're gonna get shitty
London.
weed.
We went to Japan and I didn't get it. Actually, to be honest, actually that would be interesting to get Lena's version of what I was like in Japan because when I was in Japan, I didn't have weed for a week straight, and I felt like I was all right. I felt like a little depressed because I didn't have. It was just like being a week straight of only me and her talking. Like literally,
What's wrong with that?
No, it's cool, but I just didn't
like
talk to one other human being because nobody spoke English.
I thought Reed was there.
Reed, what? Yes, you're right.
And other condomers.
Yeah, but we hung out with them for like the first couple of days, and then it was like kind of.
I think you're one of those people that like needs to be around different people constantly. You too.
Oh my God,
I can't
totally.
fucking do that.
You put me in a log cabin, I would be miserable.
Like,
I would love it with my cat.
How many people though?
What, like I'm saying, like if you just put me
by himself or with one.
Even alone, I feel like I could kind of do better than like if it's just like me and one person. I feel like I'm gonna eventually get annoyed as fuck by that person.
Look, and like look, I kind of feel like this too, where like especially like on some relationship shit, where it's like you being in a relationship and like you being alone is you being with the other person. That's being alone. Like you're not ever really alone. Like if you live with them or some shit, and it's like
you need your space.
Cause like when I like to be alone, I like to be actually alone. But it's like
Same.
if you're like dating someone or like if you're involved with someone and you guys are together and shit, you guys are together all the time. That alone time is you guys together.
But
Like,
I feel
that's
like
alone.
you need real alone time in a relationship. Like I don't. I mean, but I mean, I just did spend like the majority of like 3 weeks with Lena straight, but then also at the same time, I'm like going and I'm like, that was the weird thing about the whole England thing is that most of it, I was doing like a shitload of interviews and stuff every day. And then and then we were doing the show or whatever. And then I'd have to go home and get ready for the rest of the interviews. So as much as I was traveling, it was very weird to be traveling for that long and to be working the entire time.
Yeah, because like you have like no off space at all.
You know? That was weird. And also, I do want to say that we did at one point try to go out with these girls that we thought were going to be down to hook up, and they were fucking capping as fuck.
Why were they cap? What?
That
they
whole
capped
thing
on
was
hanging
so
out?
weird.
They just
You were
wanted
there.
to use
You were
us
there.
Unfortunately.
for a second.
Yeah, I went to go eat and they went to go hang out with them at a bar, and like you guys should have stayed in that area. There, you don't understand. Like there's so many bars. Like there's a literal square with all bars and like clubs, and people just get hammered. And like you guys going to the box, I was like, what the fuck is the box?
We went to like a ritzy ass area where people were trying to get us to pay like 2,000 pounds for a fucking table in the strip club, and these girls are looking at us like we're just gonna do it, like whatever. And I'm like,
what the fuck?
No
2,000
comprende.
pounds is what? Like
Yeah.
$1,500.
$3,000
Yeah,
practically.
we pull up to like this weird ass club. Apparently, like, oh my god, it's amazing. And there's what is it, midgets on stilts? or
Never been
something?
to an amazing club.
That's
You're right.
facts.
That's two words that don't combine together.
Amazing club. Nah,
I'm trying to think of like my most amazing club
Club experience.
and it
experience.
still wasn't that good.
I know
huh?
mine is when I went to the Megan Thee Stallion party.
Oh yeah,
But was that at the club? Where was it?
It
That
was
was
like
in
it was
England.
kind of a club. It was like
It was in England.
they snuck
Yeah.
away to do that. Yeah.
yeah,
That
it was
sounds amazing.
it was
I'm not
in
gonna lie.
London, and then they basically rented out a strip club, and it was like 4 stories. The top floor is like an open air and like deck and everything, and there's all the other levels are different, and one level is like sand on the floor and like a beach.
fuck?
It was insane. And
That sounds
and like
fire.
and it was like 60-70% women, so I had a great time, and
I
like
didn't go.
5%
And that's
gay
the
men.
one you decided to not go to.
Well, I had to get ready for
He
hella
couldn't.
interviews the next day, so I really couldn't.
It was honestly the best party ever. I loved it. I had so
Bruh.
much fun.
I saw
Oh,
you-
and then she did my thing.
Yeah, I saw you taking a shot with her. I was like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? This is amazing.
Do you guys know like what are the drive the boat thing? Like
Yes.
if
Yeah.
she's doing that, is she driving my boat or am I driving the boat?
I think she's driving the boat by making you drink it.
Because I've heard girls say that like when they do that they're driving the boat.
But
when
how? But
she's-
that has.
it
First
didn't
of
make
all,
it didn't make
Kodak.
sense to me.
First of all, what does that
What?
have to do with drinking alcohol?
I have no idea.
She literally just got that from that Kodak meme, and she just like
I find that so interesting that she was able to like take his meme and just
And turn
add
it
her
into
own
her
twist
thing.
to it.
But you
you
know
don't
what
know what we're
else-
talking about? You don't
You
remember the
have no
Kodak
idea?
video?
Yeah. The
But you know what-
drive the boat.
But you know what's crazy though?
Yeah.
But then then think about this though. Think about how everyone says, "Oh, it's a hot girl summer" or "It's a hot boy summer," blah blah. But nobody really knows that it's traced back to her.
I feel like
mean-
everybody
I
knows.
think
No,
the people that know her, but now
It's kinda
that's
bigger than
actually,
her, yeah. It's
bigger
That was
than
one of my
her.
topics is that it's bigger than her.
It
No,
is.
Yeah.
to a
It's kinda
certain
crazy.
extent that like there's people talking about it that don't really get that she invented it, but
No,
it
yeah.
still kind of circles back to her.
Nah, dude.
Yeah.
If you like Google it, if you Google like where
Hot
like
girl summer, it
like,
doesn't come
hot-
up?
Dude, like I watched a whole like Hello Yassine video about this. Shout out Hello Yassine, bro.
Yeah, shout
I
out to
fucking
him.
love his
The
videos.
fuck is that?
This YouTuber who
I've
just
sent
like
you his video before.
analyzes
He
rap
actually
shit.
like defended you one
He's
time.
he's really sick actually.
Yeah, I
What
like
an
him.
idiot! He's defending me.
I know, right?
Actually he is a fucking idiot. But
You know what my favorite thing is to get in an interview where I know that there's gonna be so many people who hate me that are gonna watch that interview and just he got that interview. That's how I
Nah.
felt getting the Hobo Johnson one because he just has so many like weird ass woke fans and shit.
yeah, like I still
How did that one come about? Did his people
Label.
hit you up or something? Okay.
Label hit me up.
honestly
How many like grams or whatever do you put in that? It's very fat.
Honestly,
how many grams?
I don't know. Maybe 2. Maybe it does
Yeah.
look fat, but I don't think it is.
He
that
like eyeballed it. I don't think it was
I just
like,
remember like back in the day when I did smoke weed, we would like buy a dime bag
the
and
skinniest
like
blunts.
not even blunts. We would just like I don't know, fucking smoke like one bowl and be like, okay, let's save the rest for the rest of the week.
No, you can do that. You don't. Honestly, you get fucking like putting all that weed in a blunt. It'll just do
It's
it.
really it's
just
really
burning
not
everything?
doing.
I've been rolling
Mm.
spliffs and cones and shit, and that shit takes so much less weed, and it
And
really
it's-
makes me think about like, wow, blunt is a waste.
Bro, for real.
Mm.
If I knew how to roll, I would be rolling the spliffs all day instead of rolling the blunt.
Cones are amazing.
Wait, I just want to go back to something real quick. So, where do you see this going?
This podcast?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you that we're going to do live events all together. We're going to go on tour, just like the Joe Budden thing.
I was just going to bring that up.
Bro, they do like 1,000 tickets at like $100 each.
I know. I want to go so bad, but I didn't want to pay $100.
We'll go together. I'm assuming Joe Budden's going to hear about this podcast and be like, I heard I have a cool ass Asian fan in Los Angeles.
Joe Budden, I honestly love you. I literally love him so much.
That would make your whole life.
Not like, oh my God, I want to fuck you. I'm just like,
no,
I'm a very, very fucking big fan of what you do. I watch all the pull-ups. I watched the one with Megan Thee Stallion.
The one with Vince Staples.
I watched the Russ one.
Russ, me too.
You know?
I watched
Russ Dislow Pump.
You know? I watch everything. But yeah, it's funny because me and Philo were talking about this podcast, and obviously you're Joe Budden, you're Maul, and apparently I'm Rory.
Wait, which
Keith
one?
Parks.
I like that he's Maul just because he's a black dude.
Just because I'm the black kind
and
of
therefore
dude.
Rory is an Asian woman.
No, it's because like I'm gonna come in with the topics and like, okay, like segue, and then Maul is just gonna sit there and
Imagine
laugh.
if we did the thumbnail, we made the thumbnail look exactly like their thumbnails. So they had to be like, we have to be able to troll them enough to then watch and.
Yeah,
no,
and
we can't do that. That's clout chasing.
What's wrong with that?
What's wrong
I
with
don't know.
that?
Did you know me and Rory beefed on Twitter one time?
Whoa.
Oh, I never talked about this on the
Rory's
podcast. I
cool.
don't think. Yeah, I think he's cool on the show and shit too. But
On the show, but not in life.
well, I don't know anything about him in
Okay.
real life, but I like watching him on the show. He's fine.
I know. Is it because you went on Andrew Schultz and you were talking about like, oh yeah, you're the cooler white guy? I remember when you said that.
Imagine Rory was on alert for every white guy who's ever been called cool. No, the short version of it was that I had this tweet where I said something about like me and Cole Bennett and academics having
remember
more
that.
subscribers than a lot of the institutions that we grew up looking up to. And what I was referring to was like The Source, Double XL, VH1, fucking BET, all these shits that have fucking like whack ass online personas. And he just responded like, I forget what he said, but he basically was just like, fuck that. And like, I was just thinking, I'm like, or my thing at the time was like, I'm complimenting like independent hip hop entities.
Creators.
Yeah, more
And
than-
you, my friend, you may not have started it, but Rory is a part of an independent hip hop entity. The same thing I'm saying there about our shit is the same thing you say about Joe Budden, that he's created a podcast.
Yeah.
That's actually the irony of the Joe Budden thing, is that he created a podcast himself that's bigger than the podcast that he created through Revolt, which I don't think State of the Culture is even around anymore at this point. But
And also, it's probably bigger than Everyday Struggle too.
hell yeah.
Yeah.
State of the Culture was
I
big.
can't believe they're still doing fucking Everyday Struggle.
I'm not
It's
gonna lie,
insane.
I'll still
watch
click on
it?
it sometimes because you know why? I fuck
You're a
with
Wayno
Wayno.
stan.
I fuck with Wayno
I
more.
do too, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't watch it, but I do fuck with Wayno.
I fuck with Wayno
Who
heavy.
is he? Just like a media personality?
Nah, he like is in the music industry too. Like he is like manages people, I think, and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
honestly, he's tight. I fuck with Wayno.
I fuck with Wayno. I fuck with academics to whatever extent
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
But I
I fuck
also,
with academics too, but
it's about the synergy of them on the show. And once you have Joe Budden, it's like, how the fuck do you go to
exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly,
else?
he filled some really big shoes as far as like the entertainment like part of it. But also, I feel like he's more comfortable now with just telling academics when he just sounds stupid as fuck sometimes, because like academics would be saying some crazy shit and Wayno just be like, yo, shut the fuck up. Like,
I feel like Wayno's slowly like developing more as a persona, which means basically that he then has to tell academics to shut the fuck up more because
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
But do you remember when they tried Star out?
I
And
was
the,
just gonna say
the
that.
first thing that Star did was just absolutely eviscerate academics, calling him like saying he was laughing at the murder of the children in fucking
Oh,
Chicago.
God.
Like he went so confrontational with it, and it went viral as fuck. But it's kind of like I don't know if you can do a show long term if you're just gonna come
Yeah.
at the other host with like the gnarliest argument possible
that he just, like,
immediately.
doesn't
and
care
then remember
about
when he
the
was
black
like
youth.
saying like he wants to fuck.
Oh, he was
Fuck,
saying
what was her
some
name?
Deska, he said he wanted to
Nadeska.
smell her seat or something.
bro. He was, and but that's before they were all on the
Before he
show
got the
together.
job,
Yeah,
But that was, bro.
it was bad.
Imagine if you found a tweet of me saying some shit like that before we.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I was just so astonished because Nadeska had to basically like say that he was then allowed to be on the show
Yeah.
because you know that Complex, if she had anything,
Hell
if she had any hesitation, they can't basically put him on the show because it's gonna be sexual harassment lawsuit, whatever the fuck
Hell
it is.
yeah.
So she had to do like the rare thing that you don't really see chicks do in this day and age.
Nah,
it's
for
like
sure.
basically be like, okay, that guy just sexually harassed me. Yeah, I'll work with him. Fuck it.
Or like she, I think she feel like she was just being understanding of like his character character and being like,
Yeah.
all right,
Yeah.
this nigga is like, he's a weirdo.
It was like
but
before they knew each other and worked together.
yeah,
and,
yeah.
you know.
That was
And-
really mature.
Dude,
of
I
her,
feel like
for real.
she's gone through a lot of fucking shit.
And
I'm
what
proud
was
of her.
Star really saying? He was saying that he thought she was sexy and he fucking wanted to smell her chair. I mean, he said it in a fucking weird
Is that
ass
what he
way.
said? I want to smell your
yeah,
chair.
I think it was that, right?
Yeah, it was some shit like that. It was
can't
like,
even
it
remember.
was like,
It was
damn,
so
I want to
stupid.
sniff the bottom of her socks or some shit. I don't fucking know.
That's what this podcast is like a New York media review from LA. No,
Hey,
I'm just kidding.
I know,
Because then you're gonna
facts,
have to
right.
watch mad like Hot 97 videos, and you're
I
gonna have
do
to like
already.
get Hot 97 radio like piped into your house so you can just listen to
You
it all the
listen
time.
to it all the time.
Just critique Funkmaster Flex and shit. Too
Yo,
many bombs last night.
Yeah. Yo, you know who else I love? If we were going to do this, you know who else I love?
What?
Trap Lord Ross.
Who?
On YouTube.
I don't know
He
him.
does like, bro, you got to tap into the underground YouTube scene, man. It's
Trap
this dude-
Lord what?
Trap Lord Ross. He's
Okay.
from London, but he just like, he does these like really in-depth like reviews of like moments that happen in hip hop, like when Diddy slapped
Oh,
Drake in the
I think
club, or
yeah,
like
yeah.
when fucking Shine shot up the club for Diddy.
He's
And
that YouTuber that has all. I see those thumbnails. I just
No,
didn't
click on them. Click on them. They're really good.
Because I always think about that this dude is just taking like interesting stories from. I don't think I ever watched one, or maybe I haven't.
He retells them and like really good,
Yeah,
honestly.
because there's a lot of fucking interesting stories out there. The baby killing the dude, you know.
Bro,
that's-
he talks about
it's
all,
interesting, but
or
somebody
like
gotta
how
tell
Jay-Z
it.
became a billionaire and blah, blah, like just like random shit, but like the way he retells it and like the jokes he puts in and like the edits, like the
Wanna
time, he
watch
really
it?
takes a good time and like good editing, like it's fire.
No,
Fuck
you know
with
who
him.
I stand is Blackie Speaks,
I like Blackie Speaks.
Exactly.
I like Blackie
Shout out
Speaks.
Blackie Speaks too, bro.
and I
Yeah.
do feel weird saying Blackie in this, but you know,
I didn't think he was
whatever.
black at first for some reason, even though
he sounds not black.
He's not from America, right?
I don't know.
Why do you call himself Blackie?
No, because I'm so mad at myself because I watched a video of him explaining this.
He has
and
a face reveal?
No, no.
I
That
remember when I
picture,
saw-
that picture is his, like that cartoon, like is his face. Apparently.
Blackie Speaks.
You know who else I fuck with? Patrick.
Progress.
Progress too.
I love Progress.
Shout out Progress.
Shout out to Progress. I fucking love his
Progress.
video. And I love how he always like puts in his fucking own music at the end.
Oh, he
Like,
makes music.
He's always plugging in his
I didn't
music.
even know he made music.
But he does it in like a discreet way where like the outro is his song and he's like song by Progress.
It's him who has the Ben Shapiro sticker in the back of his shit too, though, right?
Is that Progress?
Or no, the dude who always calls out the industry plants and shit. and
Yeah,
he's always
that's
calling out
Progress.
Dax and shit, right?
Yeah, that's
oh my
Progress.
god, that's how I found him because he was calling out Dax so in depthly.
Yeah, and
That
no,
was
he's
fire.
isn't he the one that revealed the baby goth shit?
Yes, and he has a video about Clever, who Clever is signed by fucking Juice WRLD's
saw
team or whatever.
Yeah,
and I've met Clever a couple times and always like been amazed by his voice and shit. But I found out through the Progress video that he's
40.
34.
Whoa, who
He's
is?
fucking my
Yeah.
age. I couldn't believe it.
Wait, who is? I still
I
haven't
didn't
even
know
heard
who
of this
Clever
person.
was.
Pretty
But
crazy.
I looked him up and it kind of made sense. He looks like he could be 34, but also maybe
I
20
still
something.
stand Clever, but I mean, yeah,
Yeah.
him as like a 25-year-old totally would make sense too.
Yeah.
But him as a 34-year-old, you're like, okay. Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, on what spectrum is like, okay, now we get into a whole different conversation.
What?
What's like too old or too like, because I'm going through the same shit. I'm like, bro, I'm about to be 26.
I
and I'm
know,
like,
I know what you mean.
And I'm like, I'm still trying to do this music shit. And I'm like, at what point is it like, oh, look at this old ass nigga, like trying to do this. So, you know? It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I think it's worse if you're close to 30 and you're just starting. But
yeah,
I think
that's
if
right.
you've already been doing it, like, I don't think you should quit now because you're almost 30.
And the thing that bothers me is when you see a dude who's 30 or whatever, but he's trying to be Lil Pump. And
yeah,
it's
that's
just
what
like,
it is.
Yeah,
That's what
act
it
your
is.
age.
you know, it's like, yeah, you got to act your age. At a certain point, you got to be aware that if you're a 34-year-old rapper, that you can't really just be fucking doing every cool little trend that pops up on the scene. It just looks kind of crazy. You
Popping
know?
Xanax.
Or like, okay, like
Unless
you
you have
can,
anxiety.
English
Unless
anxiety.
you're prescribed.
like okay, like it's okay to still make a TikTok, but like don't fucking like do what, like, you feel me? It's like what's the
Yeah.
I don't know what's the spectrum.
I mean,
What do you think?
OT Genesis can keep Crip walking until he's like 80.
But that's because
how
that's
I'll
his
never
thing,
get
and that's
sick
fire,
of it.
yeah.
I'll always
He's
want to
also
see.
fucking amazing at it. That's
An
why.
80-year-old man Crip walking actually sounds amazing. Any
How old
80-year-old
is
man.
He's gonna have to stop
OT
doing.
I don't know. But
He's
Yeah,
like
because
doing some of those
people
stunts
like
though.
OT Genesis and like, I don't know, Solo Lucci or Moneybagg Yo, like I have no idea how old they are, and I don't frankly care because
I think Moneybagg Yo might not be that old.
He's
I
not
think he's
that
like
old.
24.
also he's dating Megan Thee Stallion.
But like,
Yes.
is that confirmed finally?
Yes, because she
Dude.
posted him on the gram.
And,
she posted him on the gram a couple
I was
times,
looking at her Twitter, and he was like, "I love you" or something. And she said, "I love you back."
Whoa, on Twitter?
That's kind of wild.
I just love it because now every time I listen to Megan Thee Stallion say like, "Oh yeah, like you eat my pussy and buy me a bag and all this shit," I'm just picturing her saying it to Moneybagg Yo, who seems like he would not be that receptive to that normally. But yo, if he can hold this down and be the offset to her Cardi,
Exactly.
Cole's couple, like they're both like they just look hot as fuck together. They just look like they belong together. I'm so in favor of this.
At first, I
gangster.
really didn't like it. Yeah. I was part of the Megan Thee Stallion gang that.
That's just like she don't.
We were talking about how ugly he was and how he doesn't deserve her, but.
See, like, you think he's ugly? I think he's a good-looking guy.
Actually, I really don't even know what he looks like.
I
just know that she's really fucking hot and could date.
Give me that damn mouse. Give me that fucking keyboard.
Actually,
fuck it. We all know what Moneybagg Yo looks like.
I have no idea what he looks like.
Google him.
But look,
I don't need to pull it up for the people at home. They know.
See, look, but that's the thing is like I feel like girls.
He's tall as fuck.
He is tall.
He looks like he could be Lil Goddard's uncle.
I mean,
like they look alike.
Yeah,
his hairline isn't the best, but like other than that, he's a fly ass nigga. I think he rich as fuck, bro. He got a big bag,
he
big
got
chain.
Money. He's popping right now.
He's really popping right now.
He's dope, yeah. And he's CMG, he's street certified. He could call up Black Youngster. He could call up Young Gotti.
They could probably call him up, to be honest.
I'm warming up to the idea of him, okay?
I asked Black Youngster if he wasn't allowed to say that Megan Thee Stallion was hot because she's part of the family. And he was like, oh, he's like, I never thought about it like that.
See? There you go.
Wait, so what was the answer?
Yeah, what was the answer?
That was whatever. But it was just like, he was just like, oh yeah, shit. Like, she is. That's gang.
But it's crazy. Like, I feel like that whole thing you just did is what like girls do when their friends are dating some dude. Like, they just immediately off the rip, like, no, fuck this guy, and then they kind of got to warm up to them. Not immediately, but like,
Depends on the guy.
Listen, if any of your friends told you that they were dating Moneybagg Yo, you would be like, girl, you hit the fucking lottery. He's rich, he's tall, he's good looking, he's famous, probably killed somebody before. That's fact. How you gonna do better than that?
Depends on the girl because rappers cheat on their fucking girlfriends.
That is a good point.
That's why if
Not
one
if
of my exactly, if you're Megan Thee Stallion, that's a different story. But if it was one of my like close personal friends, I would be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like I have friends that want to date rappers. I'm like, are you?
But you wouldn't at least wait to see if Moneybagg Yo ended up being a good boyfriend, because don't you think it's at least worth a shot?
I mean, come on, 9.5 times out of 10, it's not gonna work out.
But you're gonna just immediately think the worst thing possible, which I mean, it's not even the worst thing. You don't think that like, what if your homegirl was not really all that dope? Maybe she's just got to swallow the fact that Moneybagg Yo might be hitting some skins on the side.
I mean, if she's cool with it, I just know like my friends would want a committed, serious boyfriend that doesn't cheat on them.
You only hang out with very serious girls, huh? I
don't even think that's so crazy that you don't want your boyfriend to cheat on you.
No, but it's funny though, because we do know of rappers who have hollered at Kim where she was just like, no way. And it was because you realistically knew that they were probably just going to fuck you and that would be it. And I appreciate that.
I have standards.
You got like, you care, you like.
And that's fine if you're cool with fucking and,
There's a lot of girls that are completely down for that. They're like, hey, that's all that's what
I feel like in my past life, I was like that.
I always hear about this and I still don't believe it. Like,
what?
That Kim had a past life?
Yeah. I had a whole phase.
Like her, like, okay.
Oh, you got a whole life.
She used to get turned and like all this crazy shit.
Well, I still have reservations about Kim as a human being because we go to a festival. We go to a festival. She seems like the type of person who wouldn't want to be getting fucked up and stuff. And then all of a sudden, she's
like, Molly.
She's bored of the festival for 10 minutes. She's like, maybe we can find somebody with some Molly.
No, right? Like hella randomly.
But Molly's fun. It's not like let's go shoot up heroin or do coke.
If I do Molly, I'm shooting up heroin and doing coke by the end of the night.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm not proud of you on that one. I'm not proud of you on
heroin. But no, if I do Molly, then okay, I'm gonna be up till fucking 8 in the morning, and I'm gonna be wilding the fuck out, and the next day I'm gonna be catatonic.
Catatonic.
Exactly. Y'all niggas have both dropped words that I'm like, what the fuck does that mean?
I said pertinent.
No, but I get the context.
Catatonic's a good one though.
Yeah, that was crazy.
We should do that every time we come in here. We should just try to compete on vocab.
Oh, hey, just know.
Bring your best words.
Bring your best words instead of bringing a topic. Just bring your best word.
Also, we still haven't gone into any of my topics.
a little
lethargic, aka tired.
I'm just gonna go home and read the dictionary and then just come back.
He comes in with mad A words the next time.
just one letter only. I'm feeling, this is very harmonious right now. You know?
Oh God.
You look
fuck,
at Yuri.
fuck that word.
Shout out to Harmonious Man.
It's funny because I think like
Shout out to Harmonious game.
Yuri has met some rappers being here and they've been like, oh, what's your Instagram? He's like Harmonious.
Yuri,
and they're like, what the fuck is Harmonious?
Yuri is our Parks, but we just don't trust him with a mic.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
And anytime we let Yuri on, he'll say something kind of funny, and then we'll just kick him off immediately.
Yeah. Also,
okay, he's part of the live stream.
This is an experiment in multiculturalism to see if a white guy, a black guy, and an Asian girl can get along. Is it possible?
Yeah, of course.
We don't know.
I think we can. We don't know.
We don't know. Time will tell.
No, and
To be continued.
it's very interesting because we all are coming from very different viewpoints about everything.
True.
And kind of just combining.
Social justice warrior, drug addict, genius, Elon Musk.
Booty hole raper.
No.
Black tar heroin
We're bros.
smoker.
That was a bro top thing. By the way, House Phones started the bro top movement.
Is it what is it?
I did.
Oh fuck.
No sus. Is what?
Just for the record, we're almost 40 minutes in, and have we even talked about
I was
anything?
gonna say I had brought so many good topics, guys.
Just
Okay.
hit us one. Let's
Hit us with
Okay,
one.
speaking on, well, I really want to talk about this.
Okay.
Speaking on me being a social justice warrior, which I'm not.
I'm just kidding.
I just like equality
Yeah,
for
you just
all people.
Stand for right
I
versus
saw that
wrong.
you liked a tweet,
Uh-oh.
and the tweet was something about how if a black girl can play Little Mermaid, then why can't Scarlett Johansson play a trans woman?
Did I like a tweet that said that?
Wait.
Wait, let's say it again. If a black woman can play the Little Mermaid,
Yeah,
that's-
because Chloe and one of the Chloe and Haley sisters are playing Little Mermaid on a.
right.
There's
Chloe
two
and Haley?
sisters sound to Beyonce.
For the record, I just want to say this is that my gut reaction, I'm not saying this is my real reaction, my gut reaction to a black Little Mermaid, I have no problem with it at all. I think
Yeah.
that's
Who
totally, who gives a fuck? That's totally reasonable. Like, why does the Little Mermaid have to be one particular race?
Why does it matter?
Totally on board with that.
Yeah.
But earlier, I was reading about the female Thor. And that, like, they're making a Thor movie, but that female Thor, and that really didn't sit right with me, just off rip.
I don't know anything about the Thor
Who
movies.
could be
or...
more masculine than Thor? I really.
Well, it's
I
not,
don't
but
know.
because it's not the same character, so it's not that she's as.
Maybe
she's
they're doing
just-
a readaptation.
She's just a strong female. It's not that she's like more masculine than Thor. It's just like it's his counterpart, you know. It's like
She Thor.
yeah, like there's probably a She-Hulk.
I mean, I
definitely
definitely didn't want to see that fucking Ghostbusters movie. That was like the most
okay, but that was
hated
also
movie
like
of
a
all time.
parody. That was almost like a parody. It looked like.
Nah, that was like a real.
Did it come
deal.
out?
Yeah, yeah.
Did it?
They
I didn't
hated
know
it so
it
much,
came out.
but I mean,
Ocean's 8 was good though.
really,
Was it
Is
all
that the one with Rihanna?
I don't know.
our lack of
I
film
hate you
knowledge
guys.
is
I
showing.
hate
So
you
I don't know
guys.
shit
No,
about
you
movies.
literally have never seen any movie ever.
I'm super bad with movies.
You don't seem like a movie guy. You
But I'm
don't seem like
almost on
you'll
the
sit
wire.
down.
But there's like cult classics here.
Oh no, I've seen plenty of movies. I just
I be watching movies.
I've seen movies. I used to always tell people like, "Oh, I've only seen 5 movies."
Yeah,
and they would be like, "What?"
like I
And it
probably
was-
watched 5 movies in one night.
It was fun, honestly, trying to convince all these people that I.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of on your wave. I like TV shows more than movies.
Yeah.
I like series and
Yeah.
shit like that.
Yeah, so I can't
Yeah.
get that invested in something and then it'd be over with and that's it.
That's one thing that I always notice on the Joe Budden podcast, which we keep coming back to, is that Joe Budden was constantly talking about what TV show he just binged.
Yeah.
And to me, that is kind of fascinating to me. Just knowing that he's the kind of person that is just going to camp
Sit
out on the
there.
couch for 8
Yeah.
hours. And Black Youngster the other day was saying that he watched the first season of Stranger Things in a day.
I felt that.
I was like, wow,
I
Black
stopped
Youngster
after
really.
season 1.
I didn't get into that
underestimated
yet,
you.
but I'm gonna try to get into it honestly.
What, Stranger Things?
Yeah,
I remember
that was a good topic.
I watched
I'm
a
not
couple
gonna lie.
episodes.
What?
The original topic.
Oh, I like the idea of bringing up tweets that I liked because I was
Because
immediately.
now I feel bad. I feel like it might, maybe, I'm pretty sure I saw it, but if you didn't agree 100%, because I thought you had a problem with the
No.
black.
I'm totally
Yeah.
down with that. But I also think Scarlett Johansson should be able to play
No.
a trans person.
No.
You don't like that?
No.
Why not?
Because
It should just be like
okay, for The Little Mermaid, that was an animated movie, and they're making a readaptation in real life with real life characters.
Okay.
And so an animation, you can change the color, you can
be
change
whatever.
You could be whatever you want, but a trans woman is a trans woman, and I brought a lot of points. I researched.
Oh, God damn it.
Now I really look like a social justice warrior.
Because I really don't care that much at all about this.
I really care. I don't think it's okay because she really pissed me off when she played Ghost in the show.
Oh,
that was fucked up.
See, that's what I was about to say. Is I was going to say, well, how would you feel if like an important Korean role went to a white woman?
I'm not okay with that because it's like, dude, white cis women can have played it across all characters.
Yeah,
you know,
that's
and
facts.
even bringing it back to how I'm getting high.
Nice.
I can't even talk.
Nice.
Bringing it back to when they wouldn't let black actors and black actresses play, and they fucking would put paint on white people.
Here's my thing.
You know,
how many?
We need representation.
Okay, here's the thing. If Scarlett Johansson stars in the movie, a lot of people are going to go see the movie because of Scarlett Johansson, because there's only so many massively famous actresses or actors who can carry movies of such a scale. I'm assuming the pool of trans acting talent is far more shallow, and I think that by demanding this of the movie, they could be like severely limiting the likelihood that this is going to be a success in the first place, which I think might be a little counterproductive.
I mean, I see your point because the role should go to the best actor or actress.
Or not even the best, but just like the actor.
But at the same time, you could say that about Crazy Rich Asians. Like, just because, you know, should we put fucking Scarlett Johansson as the female Asian lead? But you know, those weren't all the biggest names in Hollywood. But they still.
I don't know what this movie's about, but they could have got the one girl from Orange Is the New Black who was hella famous and is a trans woman, and that would bring hella people to go see it too. I don't know what this movie is about though.
She's black though, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm assuming this is a white character since we're talking about Scarlett Johansson has been the.
Yeah, but I mean, but what was the character in this movie? What was the movie called, at least?
The movie's called...
What most well-prepared podcast in the world. This is why we don't do topics.
The movie's called something.
No, but okay, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if she could fit the character mold, then maybe you could have got someone else, but I don't know.
I think that if they got...
just let somebody else do it, bro.
I think if they got a trans woman playing the lead and it's a trans woman movie, like the LGBT community and people that support them are going to stand behind it and flock the theaters.
True. That's facts. But also, but it probably wouldn't have got as much recognition as it hasn't having some huge superstar.
I mean, but why can't they have a huge superstar play in the movie? Why does it have to be the lead that is a trans woman?
That's the whole point, exactly. Or that's like, I don't know, that can be applied to so many situations where it's like, like we got fucking, like, let's have somebody else do it. Why does it have to be the same group of white people, to be honest, you know?
Okay.
I've seen enough movies with Scarlett Johansson, and actually,
I'm going to be honest with you. This conversation has really caused me to think about how much I don't care about this topic. Can I hear another one of your topics?
Okay, another topic is...
I feel like our audience might have been thinking the same
found
thing.
guilty.
Oof.
Oh, man.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
I'm not even... go ahead, but I'm not even going to lie. I've been thinking about this a lot the last couple of days, like, from a lot of different angles.
Huge waste of what would have been a big rap star and a big career, realistically.
Realistically, yeah. But then you also have to take into account of, like the fact that it got that big because of the like the song "The Race" became the big because of like the realness of the situation and how it all played out. So it's like if that didn't happen, then it's like would it even have been as crazy as it did? Like,
I mean, it was a dope song regardless, but that is the unfortunate thing is that he was good and there were people who knew about him. It wasn't like he was completely unknown. I didn't know about him before before the race thing.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know, it's unfortunate because it is kind of an indictment of the kind of content that does tend to do well in rap is that like, you know, all these kids think it's just the default that you need to be on camera with a bunch of guns if you want to look hard in your rap video. And the whole TK thing sort of is just like the ultimate version of it where he really apparently lived it and got caught. And this is kids. This is why you might want to look hard in your videos with a bunch of guns. But at the end of the day, if the cops show up, you're a fucking bitch. You don't want that.
You don't want that at all.
There's a lot to be said for a safe lifestyle.
Or if somebody's fucking beefing with you and like trying to shoot at you and some shit, you don't want that either. You don't want none of that. You don't want anything that has to do with anything like that, bro.
Yeah, be a Tyler the Creator. Don't be a TK. I'm gonna be totally honest with you.
Just be you.
Yeah,
be
you
the
at the end of the
safest
day.
version of you.
And you don't need to prove yourself as some fucking violent warrior that has gone out into the world and done all this crazy shit. Just
I saw this like viral tweet of like a GIF or whatever. It's someone dancing. It's like, why be in the mirror after they find out TK's.
Oh
my god, that's
like,
so
shit,
fucking
Jesus Christ.
funny. Is YB and Namir just TK light? I think that now I don't.
TK light.
I think at first.
Light and diet
At
TK.
first, he kind of came out and sort of had TK's flow and sort of just was like the replacement for that same energy.
And
with
even
TK.
mentioned
Because it was
And
like right
mentioned him
after.
exactly.
mentioned
Yeah.
TK in the song, like, you know.
Oh yeah, he did.
But I mean, like, I think that's exactly what it is. It's like these people like coming out and like trying to feel safe and what like it's like he was like a safe ass. I mean, I don't know him. I don't know about Alabama. I don't know.
Talking about Namir.
Texas.
Yes,
Okay.
he's from Alabama,
Yeah.
but Namir. So it's like
Yeah.
I don't know what he's been through or what type of shit he used to do, but like they were definitely like a GTA community like members, niggas. Like they probably weren't doing none of this shit that TK
Hell
and them
no.
was actually doing.
Let's
So-
be real. YBN, as far as I've heard or what I can tell, he's not this violent, crazy ass kid. TK was like the real deal in the sense that he really was like kind of a violent, fucked up kid from what I've heard,
I mean,
or
it's
from
just
what
like-
the picture has been painted in court.
Yeah,
So my thing is
Yeah.
why. You know, it's an indictment of what is popular in rap, to be honest.
But it's like, look, like they're gonna emulate whatever is popular, especially all these fucking labels and all that shit. So they're okay.
It's like looking for the next one.
Peep died. Let's get a whole bunch of other kids who are fucking white and have face tattoos and sing about being sad.
Yeah,
Let's do
Peep
that.
is an exact example.
Yeah.
Of,
They're just gonna
there's
keep
so
replicating.
many attempted Peep clones, and
Bro,
it's weird.
X-
There's so
yeah,
many
X
guitar
clones do it.
beats, and
Yeah.
Bro, it's like these people are starting whole genres within rap, and it's like being perpetuated by whoever because they're not around anymore.
There's
you
so
know?
many fake 6ix9s. There's so many fake X's. Like
my God.
because you
Bro,
have
I
rappers
think
come
I'm-
out and then they go away, and then there's like a hole where they were because there's still fans who want that type
Totally.
of content, who want that flow.
I'm not gonna lie. I have not seen anybody be bitten more as like recently as fucking X, bro. Like all these niggas will come out and it'll be so reminiscent and like
Yeah.
even just like the exact ad libs, the type of beats, the way the beats sound. But the same thing with Peep. Like we are just saying, like it's just like it's only a few people where it's like, fuck, like this.
I don't
is,
want you guys to name names, but who do you think is trying to take 6ix9ine's place?
I
We
hear
can talk
him
about
on
it later.
stream. I hear him on stream.
Okay,
I haven't.
yeah.
I haven't
Is this who I
heard.
think?
I haven't heard anyone really break through
Yeah.
and start to do
Yeah,
popular at all. Well, you think ABG Neil?
I think so
Is,
personally.
no, you definitely.
Even though I
have-
fuck with him though.
But you know what?
He's
it is?
funny as fuck,
He's
too.
got his own style. He's funny as fuck. He's a troll. I could see him being way bigger, but he definitely has some of the 6ix9ine energy. You know, like the fans definitely
Yeah.
are kind of, you know, and even Blueface had some of that 6ix9ine energy, just in the
think
sense
so?
that he was super tatted up, funny, dancing around on stage, blah blah blah, getting in crazy ass criminal shit in his personal life, but at the end of the day, not as troubled or as
Yeah,
crazy as
and-
6ix9ine, but also doesn't get the attention the 6ix9ine gets. Because if you want to be, if Blueface wanted to really be 6ix9ine,
Yeah.
Blueface would be doing some dumb shit every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah.
If Blueface was saying fuck New York and then Blueface went to New York and was marching around in New York, then Blueface would be like 6ix9ine, having
Yeah.
everybody pay attention to every fucking thing he's doing. Instead,
Yeah.
at some point, Blueface has kind of decided, yeah, I'm gonna post up. I'm not gonna go
I'm gonna be-
100% to be.
But I don't think Blueface is that type
I don't
of
think
nigga
he,
at
yeah,
all.
he doesn't
Like,
want to
he's
put
just-
out that kind of energy.
Right,
trying
yeah.
to be
He
like
seems
that.
happy to be a little more chill.
I was gonna say,
Speaking of
segue.
Blueface, this is segue into my topic that I wanted to bring
Ooh.
about did y'all see that video of him and his mom, his sister get into it, him
Yeah.
kicking them out, whatever? But he just released a snippet of a
saw
song dissing the
Kick-
mom and sister.
Kicked out my blood, but he brought out my crib.
The Eminem route, diss your mom for clout. I'm down with that.
The Eminem route, I forgot about that. Jesus, I was holding on to that road for a long ass time.
I mean, dissing your mom is a fire route that I never really even thought of. Fuck you, mom.
that nigga said I had to kick my own blood
Well,
out.
Tupac too, though.
What? He said
Crack fiend, mama. He was
He
a
did. He made
she's a-
"Dear Mama," which
Yeah, but-
I
yeah,
showed
but-
my mom that song. She cried.
no, same. Oh, that's so cute. Me too. No, but at the same time, I mean, he did call her a
can't
crack
relate.
fiend,
He
and
did.
I mean, that is something like she might not have wanted people to know that. I mean,
even though
Yeah.
you was a crack fiend,
Fiend,
mama.
You're my black queen.
But did you see?
Copyrighted.
He.
Oh damn, really?
no.
Oh yeah, let's not. Don't sing along to
It's
songs.
possible. It's possible.
I'm like, damn.
Hey,
nigga.
I will
Yeah,
take
they're
it with
being fucking
pride.
crazy.
No, PewDiePie and Mr. Beast and all them, they get hit with that shit hard. Can we hear another topic?
Blueface girlfriend's robbing him fake viral tweet.
Wait, when did that happen?
Oh yeah,
see that?
there's a fake version of it that's been
Yeah.
going around that I saw. Dom is Live commented on it.
Shout
on
out Dom
Twitter.
is Live.
Super fake because one of the girlfriends is his baby mama.
Yeah, she been around.
Yeah.
She's the one that's talking shit in the next big thing video in the beginning.
The character
It's
shot
like,
that.
shut the fuck up. It's
Yeah,
like
and
this-
even in the mom fighting video, the moms were saying, or the mom and the sister was like, Jalen or whatever his name is. Like,
But they
she
was-
would never do that.
Oh,
like,
so they-
Jalen's my baby. And then she's talking, they're talking shit about the other girlfriend. The new
honestly,
one.
Blueface is a little wilding out with the two girlfriend thing just because
It
like
works for him, I guess.
it works for him and it's funny for the internet and shit, but it's like I don't know. Like there's no way neither of those bitches are happy for real in that situation. There's no way.
I mean, unless they're super actually polyamorous.
I don't know.
I knew some girls that were like hanging out here. I think they were probably hanging out with Hakeem or something, but they were like
terrible.
for a period of, and this was like
Shout out Hakeem though.
it was maybe 6 months ago. I know they're probably going to die soon from various STDs.
What?
From Hakeem. Hakeem's lethal STDs. You didn't know?
Okay.
Okay, my bad.
Whoa.
Lethal.
Sorry, Hakeem. I know it was a weird way for the world to find out. No, but these girls like
Lethal.
they just went and they were like strippers or whatever, and then all of a sudden they were like Blueface's girlfriends for a while.
Oh my god, I know exactly who you're
And they
talking
kept asking me to be on the podcast to talk about being Blueface. And actually, you know what's so funny is that I got hit up by Blueface's baby mama,
Whoa.
her manager,
Oh.
to interview her. And I was like, I'm not really trying to be just interviewing everybody's baby mamas.
Isn't her manager someone else's?
Yeah, Sarah Molina's manager too.
Okay.
That's so.
The manager's
The
like, all the
baby
baby
mama
mama
manager?
manager.
I said no thanks, but I did say if Blueface
baby-
wants to come do the podcast with them,
her.
that could
With
be
them.
great.
That would be cool.
Because why did I never do a Blueface podcast? Because we were all about the exposed interviews at the time. I should have done podcasts
That's kind of
with
crazy. Yeah, I didn't even think about that.
I really
Can you,
should
I
have.
mean,
I
can
should
you do
hit
it
him
now?
up.
Yeah.
But I wonder if all this.
You-
And what if he brings his mom on, like Maury? And we like have her in the back and we bring her out? What if I surprise Blueface with his mom and his sister on the
mom and
podcast?
sister, and then they beat up the other baby mama.
And the bitches.
And
the two girls.
Wait, we
Yeah,
just
you
have to
can't
have
call
the
them
security
bitches.
guard here to hold
Yeah,
hold everyone
You
back.
have to get a team of
no
security
jumper
guards.
Maury, that'd be
No,
crazy.
we just let them fight. We're not professional enough. We don't need a security guard. Fuck it.
Just let them fight.
No, we want to make sure no
Nah, that-
lawsuits.
No, and then when they fight,
I think
we have hairspray and a lighter, and we just, and then they're just on fire.
Why? Why
I
are we
don't know.
lighting
It just
people on
popped into my
fire?
head.
No, actually, I do have a mace now, which I didn't know that if you just spray the room,
Yeah,
everyone
she
dies.
had no idea.
Not
like-
dies, but
but
basically.
no,
Pretty much.
It's like
I had no
everyone got
idea.
maced. It's like you just.
I thought you have to like directly spray in
Yeah,
their
but
face
it's
and
so
they get fucked
powerful
up.
and it's so potent. Like if you sprayed it against this wall,
Well, now
we
I
would
know.
be like.
I've never been
one,
maced.
one time back in the day, there was a girl that was like talking all this shit. We were hanging out with her, and she was just being a total cunt. And when she wasn't looking, my fucking friend had tear gas in his pocket like Mason. He fucking sprayed it into her iced tea.
Whoa.
And then
Really
she
fucked
took a sip of it, and she
Whoa.
started fucking projectile vomiting, freaking out, losing her mind into the sink.
Oh,
And she
man.
she tried to like accuse him of it, and he just kept being like, I
have
don't
no
know
idea what you're talking about.
He just denied it.
Bro, okay.
She deserved it though. She was such a cunt.
I mean,
Well,
but
I hope no one
goddamn,
ever
bro.
does that to
I hope.
me.
I just thought about.
Like,
I hope that
sounds like
never
a
happened.
horrible experience.
Yeah, that was super next
Imagine what
level.
to like take a shot of Hennessy or something. There was tear gas in it.
Hey, and that friend on the run for murder. No,
dude that did
no,
that?
not murder. Attempted murder. Because
The dude-
the dude who did that I used to hang out with, he's been on the run for like 10 years for attempted murder because
Of that woman?
He threw another girl. He threw her out of a car.
Okay, this nigga was just terrible.
Yes,
He needs to be
and-
locked
Sounds like a
away.
shit bag.
That as well as like a bunch of other little things that I saw him do throughout our friendship, kind of like made me start to understand like, oh, you're like
Like you're
we
actually.
know him?
fucked up. No,
Thank God.
I hope
Old
not.
I'm
friend.
like, I hope it's not someone we know.
Honestly, this is like the dude who like put me on to crime and shit. Like back in the day, like he taught me so much shit,
Jesus Christ.
and he was a
Interesting.
sick fuck.
Really?
That reminds me of this story. We were at.
He owes me 20 grand.
He owes you 20 grand.
Yeah, I'm not even mad about it though. He tried to get in touch with me
Yeah.
a little while back. I was like, no.
Say,
long
it doesn't
ago?
sound like you can get it back.
I'm like, I'm
right
not
now.
picking up the phone. I'd rather just not know you than have to have this conversation to try to talk about 20 grand.
Yeah, and then you might get him arrested or he might kill you or some shit.
I mean, that was like 10 years ago, so it's like,
yeah, they still looking for him. That don't mean that he just got away with
Wait,
it.
I want to talk about this.
Wait.
Okay.
Let me say
Go
another
on.
story about tear gas. Brennan Savage, Ghost Main, Craig Zen all used to live in a crazy house in fucking like Whittier or whatever. We had a house party there one time. the gay homie was like off of. It don't matter that he's the gay
They're all
homie.
gay. All your homies are gay. No, not them. I'm just saying, like, all your homies are gay.
It didn't even matter that he was a gay homie. Anyway, but just like the homie was on hella drugs and was spazzing out, and he tear gas, like he maced the whole backyard. Everyone's like tripping out.
Wasn't
and,
there
like,
a party you said, right?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
like, but it was like more of a kickback party. It wasn't like that many people, but it was probably like.
Why did he mace it?
He was just like on like acid, mushrooms, everything, and just like talking to people and just being ketamine. He's on all the
Jesus
drugs.
Christ.
And he's like, oh yeah, like I'm like, you want to see my mace? And he's like, no, Sean, don't mace shit. I just said
You
his
know,
name.
mace
I know,
sounds so
I knew.
And
powerful
he just
that
did
like
it.
not everyone should be able to buy
No,
it.
yeah, I mean, like there's like certain levels of it, but he had like a really strong one, and he like sprayed the whole back of the party, and
Jesus
niggas is all
Christ.
like, what the fuck?
That's the same dude who shut down the ham show, too, right?
Yeah,
That's the
actually,
same guy that remember when he fucking didn't he fight you at my party?
he tried to fight me at this
yeah,
party.
and then he got pulled out, and then he tried to fucking.
got dragged
knife,
out by his hair.
He tried to knife.
You got beat up
my
by the
friend.
gay homie.
Nah, he tried to run up on me. I just like threw him on the ground. Honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even
And then
fuck
he
him
pulled
up
out
or
a knife on my friend. Was trying to stab him, and then one of the girls was like, "Don't fight him. He has HIV."
That's fucked up.
Yeah, this
I don't
is
know,
that
man.
shit.
You
But
won't catch
anyway,
the fade with me because I got AIDS? Like, what is that? Am I bleeding everywhere all over
don't
my
know,
body?
man.
And you're
Why he's
bleeding
hold- why
also,
he's
and we're going
holding
to
a
rub our
fucking-
wounds together?
Why he's
Holding a
though?
knife.
Oh,
on
yeah,
him.
that is crazy, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know,
it was
man.
kind
She
of
was
like,
crazy.
I don't know. I don't know if any of that's true. Whatever. Honestly,
Allegedly.
yeah. I mean, like he ended up becoming a normal person
Yeah,
again. But
he's
for
cool.
the time being, he was on some crazy shit.
Wow.
On this
Crazy.
same night though, he went into the bathroom and was like cutting himself and
Whoa.
like it was some crazy shit. I was trying to
That's
leave.
really
I was trying to
scary.
leave in my Uber and like the other homie tried to call him an Uber literally like 8 times to like get him out of the house and like because we're all the way in Whittier. He lives in South Central. So we're trying to get him back to South Central. Just like you'll be fine and. Like by the 8th Uber, like he never went outside. He never got into the Uber. So I'm like, I'm out of here. I'm leaving, and he thinks that the Uber that I'm in is his Uber, and he goes outside and he's like,
Trying to
he's
come
trying
home
to
with
steal
you?
my Uber, and he has
Oh
a
my
gallon
God.
of vodka, and he just throws it at the back of our Uber as we're driving away, and misses luckily.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Jesus. The wild life of house phone.
Literally.
this was also like 3 years ago.
Cam, give us another topic.
Chelgi 21 Savage.
Did she fake that video?
Is that real?
Did you guys see it?
Yes.
She posted like a video of like a screen
Text
recording of like
messages.
text messages with 21, and then she clicks on one and it's him like
Singing to her.
And then
Why would she do that?
But you know what? You know who hit me up? Selena Powell sent me a screenshot of her texting 21, asking if it was real, and 21 texted back the cap emoji. So he's saying it's fake. Chelgi hit me up saying it wasn't fake. I think for some reason I think it's fake too. I feel like I've seen that video before. Honestly, now that I think
Wait,
about it,
It's
Did he
funny
say
that
her name?
Selena Powell is your source.
I know who I would normally never want to talk to, but she just sent me that unprovoked. I just read it and I was like, huh.
I personally like her YouTube videos.
Selena Powell?
Yeah.
She made one called Surviving Academics.
Yo,
I
was
watched that
nuts.
whole thing. It's
Yeah.
like 2 hours.
It wasn't that good. Like I tried to watch
I
it
thought
too.
it was funny.
I was
I gotta
thinking
do
it
like
was
an
gonna
I
hour.
just like watching her. She's
Yeah, but
just
if you're going to
ridiculous.
compare academics to R. Kelly, then you got to come with some
Yeah,
fucking
I know. You
receipts. I
can't
just
say-
didn't
but
feel
she
like
was
it was
can't
just
say
trying to make
surviving
a good
academics.
fucking title.
Yeah,
You know,
it
they're
was
trying to
definitely
make
a good
surviving Cardi B during that fucking time
Yeah,
too.
that was actually pretty funny. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie.
She is an abuser. So
Anyways.
hit me. Give me another one.
Which one is worse? His homie pouring mace in a girl's tea, or Cardi B drugging a man and taking his money? Which one's worse?
His friend.
I think so too, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm fucked up.
ASAP Rocky is in jail currently in Sweden. Kanye West talked to Trump about helping, and now Trump
is
is
stepping
apparently stepping in. And
to
also
save A$AP
Melania
Rocky.
wants to fuck ASAP Rocky.
But then Sweden said that Trump didn't even talk to him
Whoa.
or something. I don't know if that was
Just,
like 100%
he's just trying to go
confirmed.
viral on Twitter again.
I
I
mean,
hate that it works for him.
I hate that him and Kim and they're all on the same thing where it's like they pick their sort of like pet projects of people they want to
Yeah.
get out of jail and stuff. It's like you need to work on the system as a whole.
But
in
we can't
regards
work
to
on
this.
their system. That's like their system.
No, that you're very much true. But in terms of like the prison system
Yeah.
in general and
Yeah, of
everything,
course.
it's just sort of like
Yeah.
I do appreciate Kim going out of her way to do, you know, like one-on-one getting people out, and it's nice that Trump will go along with it and everything. But I mean, is this
But, like,
is
is he
this
really-
a long-term solution?
First of all, the fact that anybody is even like, I mean, obviously free A$AP Rocky, but the fact that people are making it such a big deal when it's like so much actual shit that's going on, like in America and in our, like, bro, A$AP Rocky will be fine, guys. Like, I'm sorry to let the news out, but he will literally be fine, bro.
Bro,
like
being locked up for 3 weeks is going to be
over
a big
a fight
deal.
is stupid as fuck.
It's a big deal,
It's
you know,
most
and
retarded
especially
thing.
if he's dealing with bullshit ass situations in jail and stuff. I understand.
course,
I think it's
but-
nice that everybody's rallying behind him and
No,
everything.
for sure, but
And it's but Trump.
come on.
Fuck
I
him.
can't
We
imagine
got
the
He's not getting any
jails.
points.
Trump stepping in to
Yeah.
quote unquote.
He's
like,
not
bro,
getting any points. No black person on earth
gives
is
a
looking at this and thinking, "Oh well, maybe
Yeah, what
Trump
a great
is all
guy.
right."
Let's
Yeah.
vote
Wow,
for
like,
him.
yeah, bro,
no, wait,
like,
but did you
fuck.
watch that video of him like announcing it?
No,
Of him
Oh
announcing
my
what?
god! Of like how he's gonna step in and help. It's
Oh,
like
Trump literally announced this via
yes,
video.
it's like they're in the
didn't
White
see
House with
that.
like Melania standing
What?
there and shit. And
About
basic-
A$AP Rocky?
I swear to God,
and
I'll
dude,
send it to you.
Trump also was like, "Fuck Space Ghost perp."
Space
ASAP
Ghost
gang for
plays.
life.
ASAP, nigga, ASAP Worldwide banged it on him. Yo.
Harlem.
Okay, wait. Can we just
What?
okay? Can we talk about literally A$AP Rocky did a video with Lana Del Rey portraying
video.
a president on some presidential shit, and he literally has elevated himself to the point now that the actual president is like about to get him out of jail because he got into a fight.
How
That's
mad would
fucking
you
crazy.
be if Trump tweeted that shit and he tagged Kanye, but he didn't
Oh, yeah, I
tag
saw
Rocky?
that.
Maybe they're different than me in that they don't care how many Twitter followers they have, but me, I'm trying to get the Trump shout out. I want to be
Trump shout out.
tagged. I want all them followers.
Now, even if he just said, "Shout out my nigga house phone, we getting him out of jail," I would still be okay with that. Not even that. I don't even need the tag.
So Trump can say the N-word if he's going to get you out of jail.
Hell yeah, that's my nigga.
Noted.
But only if he getting me out of jail.
No, but in the
Nah,
video,
but for real, like
what?
Like, damn, I'm just thinking that that's
Huh?
crazy.
What? What?
In the video where he's announcing it, he's saying like African Americans. Did you watch it? The way he said African American was so fucking racist. God, it
Jesus
bothered
Christ.
me. But yeah, in the video he was like, "Oh, you know, my wife is the one that told me about A$AP Rocky and how she loves his music.
Oh, she
Wow,
definitely
she
trying
wants to
pipe.
fuck him.
She loves his music.
She wants to fuck
Or
him.
maybe the daughter. What's the other daughter's name?
They have a daughter.
Oh, the hot one?
Yeah,
Ivanka.
that Trump used to talk about fucking
Oh,
all the
he
time.
wants to fuck her.
Have you ever seen like a
Yeah.
compilation of him talking about fucking? Like there's YouTube compilations about him fucking.
That's the one thing.
weird.
That's the funny thing about Trump is that
That he wants to
you
fuck
know,
his daughter.
You know, okay.
Just one weird
if
thing.
you're a decent dude and you have a hot daughter, like, you know, what do? You just don't say anything about it. You just keep it to
you
yourself.
never acknowledge that
Trump
she is hot at all.
is so human that he just could not
So
help.
Human?
You know,
I
and
don't think that's human.
Okay, that's the nicest way of putting it. He's so
Yeah.
human. He's such an animal that he just couldn't help but
just say that your
comment
daughter is
on
attractive.
the fact that his daughter is hot. Like, I hope if I one day have a hot daughter, she's
It's
fucking
just-
21, she's trotting around the world, everybody on earth thinks she's hot, and somebody
Just
asks
like
me in an
what-
interview, like, "Oh, what's it like to have such a
But,
hot
oh.
daughter?" I'm gonna be able to think of something tasteful to say.
Yeah, you
but,
can definitely
oh,
just be like, she's a beautiful
She's
woman.
a beautiful
yes.
young woman. I'm so proud of the woman she is.
Yeah, what
became.
exactly does
yeah.
he say? Like, oh, she's so hot. If she wasn't my
Bro,
daughter,
Yeah,
I'd fuck
literally,
her.
Yeah.
literally.
If she wasn't my daughter,
Kim,
I'd drag my face along her ass crack.
He's like,
Yeah.
bro,
That.
literally, like what? Like,
It's
bro,
disgusting.
Isn't that
and
crazy?
he's the president of the United States. I just want you
I
guys
don't want
to
to think
know.
about it.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts. Man.
Hey, prayers up that our daughters are ugly as fuck.
I
Prayers
want
up,
my
man.
daughter to be beautiful.
No, yeah, I guess we're right, but not like
Beautiful and
Not like too
intelligent.
hot.
But that would. But think about it. If
I
you,
actually wish I had an ugly daughter.
if
Well,
you
they-
give birth to an ugly daughter, that takes care of a lot of the problems that you're going to be dealing with. Then she
Yeah,
can
but then she
sort
might
of
be
not
like,
really
her own
she
thing.
might be
No.
sad and depressed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
also
that's
they
what's up.
say that like guys like you are gonna have a lot of daughters, and you're gonna have to, you know what I mean.
But what, guys like me, what's that supposed to mean?
Yeah, what's that supposed to mean,
Dirty
Kim?
dogs,
Kim? What is that supposed to mean?
Womanizers?
you know.
Do we still say that?
It's the karma.
Yeah, I mean, I feel okay. To be honest, like I feel like I'm a shitbag, but like for some reason,
I was trying to say that, but I didn't.
No,
I
no.
used a better word.
I feel like I'm a
Shitbag,
shitbag,
surely.
but like yeah, exactly. I'm a shitbag, but like I feel like fortunately the girls I've been involved with have been really nice women, like that actually are involved with like dating and shit. So like I feel like if I do end up having a baby, it's hopefully with one of them, and that we'll just like raise the daughter together and like.
But
be a
you
good
also,
situation.
if you have a son, is it going to be weird for you because you have ravaged the booty holes of so many young men?
Yeah.
Kim, next question.
Yo. That's why this nigga is just unpredictable because he would just say the weirdest shit and you're not even expect it. And I'm just like, boom,
Just say some gay shit.
I'm just like, what? Like, where do I go from there?
In your ass.
Sketchy's visual is this week.
The 25th.
I'm going.
Oh, the visual.
When is that? Thursday?
Thursday.
Shit,
Thursday
I
night.
should probably RSVP.
You guys should be there.
You got an RSVP?
I think somebody fucking. That's my problem. Somebody texted me about it, and then I fucking can't find the text. So
just, like,
I
search
haven't
Sketchy or
RSVP,
something,
but I
maybe.
should. Yeah, I know, but I think it was in the DMs. You can't search the DMs.
No, you definitely can't.
Such bullshit.
Okay, well,
Rest in peace.
Well, this is
and
gonna be
I
out.
will
This
be
won't be
there.
out before Thursday, huh?
No, I'm trying to.
No,
We're
it's
getting it
good.
out tomorrow.
Tomorrow, Yuri.
Oh, yeah?
Parks.
R.I.P. Sketchy, man.
Yeah,
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Sketchy.
Sketchy. We miss you. We love you.
Yeah, very.
I want
sad
to go
situation.
too, if that's okay. I want to definitely go with you.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, you can come with me. I thought you were asking me. I'm like, I'm not his family.
No, I meant like
Stop, bro.
if
I'm
you're
not,
going.
I'm not saying like, oh, you
No, I just
can't
meant-
come.
I just meant if you're going,
I
let me
feel
go
you.
with you. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
God, you guys just made me think about how many people were doing shitloads of drugs at Peeps fucking event.
I'm so glad I wasn't there.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
at the
It would've made
candlelight.
me
I've
sad.
seen
It would've made me sad.
so many people getting fucked up at that thing, bro.
I heard someone was
no,
saying
no.
like, let's get fucked up for Peep or something like that.
Yeah, that
I
was
think
honestly a
is
stupid thing to
not
say.
the point.
Honestly,
So
Of
gnarly. I
remembering
felt
him.
dirty just being there, just like, what the fuck?
Well, as
is
you were
going on?
inhaling your Nas balloon.
it was beautiful though, honestly, and like it was beautiful. It was this girl who was like in middle school, and she came up and said that like she was saying that like her family life sucked, and that her fucking like dad used to beat her mom or some shit. She would go into the other room and close the door and just put on Peep in the headphones.
Wow.
And that like helped her like get through like fucking life, and she started crying and shit. Honestly, I had never like felt any type of way about anything and like that until that girl said that, and I was just like, God damn, like I felt that.
Yeah.
Like it really like
I feel like people like Peep and X definitely like
man.
touched people in like a different way
hell yeah.
than just like, oh, let's listen to party music.
Yeah, bro.
One last
For
thing.
real.
Chief Keef and Tato drinking lean on Snapchat at Fredo's.
At Fredo. No, okay. I don't know if this was real, but there was a
I
video.
remember that.
I don't know. Did you see the other video of someone actually pouring lean on the casket? I don't know
I
if
think,
that
Yes,
I think
yeah.
I
was
remember
but was
that.
But okay, now, but it didn't say that it was Fredo's funeral in the audio. It was someone that put like a Snapchat thing that said "for my nigga Fredo." So we don't know if that was actually someone who did that at the funeral,
Wow.
or if that was someone who just added that context to a video.
Either way,
After.
I mean, it just really, I think you got to look at that, and it just seriously shows how calloused these dudes are to death. Like how much of it they've seen. I mean, it just that really tells you a lot about their worldview, I guess is basically what I could say. And I don't even like fault them for that. It's
No,
like, you know,
it's a product of your
That's the
environment.
cards they were dealt, you know?
Like literally, and like that's I don't know. That's crazy to think about, bro. I had to go to the homie's funeral a couple weeks ago. The homie Rico from Inglewood, rest in peace, man. I met him at. Actually, this is kind of all weird, how like just like full circle shit. I met him at the first Sesh Hollow Waterboy show at the House of Blues. And you were actually there. I saw you. I didn't know who you were
there,
yet.
yeah.
I just remember seeing a group of like tatted white niggas walk up. I'm like, who the fuck are these niggas? And y'all just like walked up and y'all like kind of stood to the side because like everyone was in a line. Y'all kind of stood to the side and then just like went in through some side. And I was like, all right.
Via clout.
Yeah, via clout. And this is like pre-clout though, so I didn't even know who he was.
Free clout for you.
I mean, I didn't even know.
I wasn't famous.
I didn't even know who you were yet. So
I thought I was.
that's crazy though, but you weren't though.
No, because I had like probably done the Xavier interview by that point and shit. So I'm like,
But see, I don't even.
it might have been before that. You're right, but no, that was like my initial. Wow, this is such early clout for me. Is
Yeah,
that
right? That's
I remember
crazy.
there was a Chief Keef show and like a bunch of like Xavier Wolf / on some shit / whatever like BMX type fans were at this Chief Keef show.
You talking about the one in Orange County we went to?
I didn't go to this particular show that I'm talking about, but then some girl like texted me like, "Oh my god, I saw so many on some shit shirts at that Chief Keef show," and I'm just
Yeah, you're like nutting.
wow,
Yeah.
like that just felt so cool to me as somebody who had never done anything that was like cool in the rap
No,
world.
for sure.
And yeah, that Xavier interview really cracked
Do
shit
you ever
open
miss the old days?
when I was a loser and had no money and I
No.
lived in a flop house.
I mean,
Not as much.
there's like the old store and stuff like that.
That
like
store
that
was
was
so
a-
disgusting. I remember Hood Rich Pablo Juan jumping out of his chair because he saw a roach.
Yeah, but you don't think like I feel like those are very formative, you know.
Yeah, those are like some crazy.
your
Yeah,
life.
for you, that was crazy.
Listen,
Yeah.
this is still a little grimy, but it's like
Definitely
a
an upgrade.
manageable level of grimy.
Yeah.
That store with the roaches and the fucking cat and the cat having bugs on him
Oh, poor kitty.
and the homeless people, the constant flow
crazy
of homeless, crazy
hate
people.
downtown.
It just smelled like pee as soon as you open the door.
And the going out to get in your car, and there's some guy taking a shit next to your car, and some guy smashed your window, and there
Yeah,
wasn't
just
even
for no
anything
reason.
in the car. Like,
Or just like kicked off your side mirror just for no
Yeah,
reason.
even
this feels like heaven
even
on
when I was
earth in
going pee
comparison.
earlier, I was like just thinking like, wow, it's so
How to-
amazing how clean this bathroom is.
Yeah,
Really?
Especially
Yeah.
compared to the
That's
old
nice to
bathroom.
hear.
Compared to the old
The old
bathroom,
bathroom
even
didn't even
compared
flush,
to like
remember?
compared to the old days of when we first opened the store, the fucking bathroom was disgusting.
But man, my game back then was like 100% like meet up with girl, take girl to the store, take girl to the bar next door to the store,
Yeah.
take girl in back of the store.
Damn. That's fine.
Ridiculous.
Where the roaches are.
Where the
roaches
roaches.
are.
Hope she does not see any
Or
roaches.
hopefully they don't pop up for now.
Ugh. Imagine if you're just fucking someone and roaches on your butt.
I feel
Oh
like I
my
would've
god!
seen-
Did you guys see that video of me with the slug on me? You saw it in real life, right? Oh no, this was in England.
I wasn't there, but I saw the
Dude,
video.
me
That's
and
disgusting.
This is how long it took. Me and Lena go out for a walk, then we sit down on a bench and talk for like 20 minutes, and then we walk home. I sit down on the couch for 5 minutes. Jason has a fucking joint. We go outside. We smoke the joint. We come back in. We get in. I go like I look down and I just have a fucking trail like from the bottom of my pants all the way up almost to my genitals with a fucking massive slug at the end. And he just left this crazy trail of just what I could only describe as goop just all along my leg. It was so disgusting.
I thought it was diarrhea at first. Like it looked like diarrhea like trailing down.
Trailing down your leg.
I felt like I was in a monster movie.
How big was
Very
this shit?
scary.
The slug itself was maybe 3 inches long, but then
3
the trail,
inches
That's
long?
disgusting.
the trail was like the full length of my leg, and it was so big, and there was so much goop.
Bro, what? So it got on you at the park. And then it like
Sitting on this
held
bench,
on to you.
it must have just crawled
traveled.
right onto my fucking body
What
off
if it
of this
just came
ledge.
It starts
to
sucking your
America with
dick?
you?
Yeah, if I got a little top out of it, I would have felt less offended by the whole affair.
Like the fucking slug. Like you look down, you just got the slug on your meat. You're like, oh shit.
Lena the slug.
Just let it finish.
That's what I named it.
Let's do its job. What'd you?
No, there is a Lena the slug though, who you had on here.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to her.
And she just texted me like today trying to get back on the show.
Really?
Yeah, she
Oh,
wants to
I
come
enjoyed
back.
the one that she was on. She
I
was
will
very
thrash her.
Should we just bring her out?
I will just make fun of her so bad because she was like hitting me up as if like
You guys
oh,
are really close personal friends.
That's what I heard. No, she
Bro,
was hitting me up
that
like
was
as if
crazy.
like, oh, I wish you were on the podcast because House Phone made fun of me. I'm like, I told her, I'm like, if I was there, it would have been
It
so
would've
much
been
worse.
So much worse. You tripping.
I would cook you.
I didn't make fun of her at all to the end. And Yuri fucking didn't
Deleted
save
it.
that part.
Yuri, who couldn't seal the deal with the Blackout Girls.
Yuri,
man.
who also deleted the
Valet interview.
Yuri, who has no respect for the content that No Jumper produces, we still let him hang out.
Why is he
We just
still
let
here?
him. We just let him hang out just because.
Just because we feel bad. It's part of the thing that I have with Putin.
What?
We accepted him as a Russian
Exactly.
exchange student. Yeah.
No, this nigga's a Russian spy. I know it for sure. He's here to
Those
receive-
glasses, they're
Yeah.
like spy glasses.
No, for real.
He's recording us right
He's
now.
fucking like he's like absorbing American media. You see it? Look, he's like the only. Like,
How long have we been? I see you.
This is about an
creeping
hour
up.
20.
Oh wow.
Should we wrap it up soon?
Give me one more topic.
I really want to. Well, I want to talk about two.
All right, let's
Kind of
go.
similar, short.
Yeah.
Did you guys see the video of Uzi getting kicked off stage during Gunna set?
So funny.
Bro, what?
Gunna going,
I need to make a new Twitter. I have not seen any of these.
You
things.
haven't? Wow. This is on the No Jumper Instagram, I think. Well, basically, it's like Gunna's performing. And I guess what happened is Uzi, like, stormed the stage,
Yeah,
like,
like,
jumped
jumped
over
up.
a fence and
Oh,
shit, and, like,
Sam.
rushed
He does
the
shit
stage.
like that all the time.
But, you know, he's, like, assuming that the security is going to be cool with this. Obviously, but the security, like, what the fuck
Yeah,
do they
he's
know?
don't
Half
know.
the time,
True.
security doesn't even know who the hell anyone is.
yeah,
Exactly.
they don't care.
And they're just like grabbing him. Like, I mean, he's lucky he didn't get fucked up worse because a lot of times,
No,
you know,
he
when
had
fans,
Gunna.
when fans jump on stage, though, a lot of times
Yeah,
the
they get-
fucking
Yeah, they get
security
knocked
will
out.
straight up body slam. Imagine that happened to Uzi.
Who was it? Like
And,
Lil
like-
Mosey? Remember that? Didn't
Wait.
Lil Mosey's security guard just knock someone out?
Oh, I've seen so many fucking amazing
I never-
videos like
Yeah.
that. Riff Raff had one back in the day that was incredible.
Fucking Action Bronson just picked the nigga up and threw him back on.
Oh yeah, that was a
Back to
good
the
one.
crowd.
Definitely do that.
Just tossed him right back into the stage.
Yeah.
Future.
Wait, real quick. Remember
Who
when
ignored me.
Puya
Yeah.
punched that kid out? Or
Yeah.
like they all packed him out at the fucking Roxy? That was great.
I titled
I
the
don't know
vlog that. It was just like a fan. I don't know why, but the fan actually stormed the stage and tried to like hit Puya.
He tried to like tackle him or like he said he was trying to hug him, I think. Or
I had
some-
an iPhone vlog of it. I actually filmed it. Yeah, it was
yeah.
insane.
No, but they fucked that the whole
The most.
I didn't even mean it.
I
By
don't
the
know
way,
what-
Puya and Coco are over.
By the way, Puya himself did not
up.
do any physical harm to this man.
Because I saw her tweet being like, I booked a one-way ticket to Paris.
She did a big announcement on Twitter that they were broken up.
Yeah.
I know, end of an era. They started
right.
dating like right at the same time me and Lena sort of. So it's kind of like we were always like twin couples.
20.
Damn.
It's the gayest
didn't
thing I
even know
ever
that. That's
said.
crazy.
But yeah, like you know,
No,
it's like-
it isn't.
her and Lena have become good friends. I've always been friends with Puya. You know, we never really like kicked it all together or anything. God, am I finding
Yeah, that would have
weed
been
on my
some
back?
cute double dating
I said
situations.
weed in the hair on my back. Or something.
Well, no. Shout
I
out
was
to
gonna
them,
say something,
man.
I
I
forgot,
feel bad.
whatever.
Feel bad for
It's
that.
a bummer, sad situation.
Yeah, man.
Oh my god. Speaking of fucking fighting or punching people on stage,
Oh.
I don't know what the best way to describe it because the most notorious, the X one. I want you to give the inside info. Who did it?
What do you mean?
Rob Stone and his people.
Rob
Oh,
Stone's
it was
crew,
for
yeah.
sure.
Yeah, why?
That was like
Everyone
kinda
always knew
known.
that.
Okay,
Yeah.
but like I didn't know if they like confirmed that it was Rob Stone.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that wasn't
It
physically
wasn't Rob
him.
Stone.
Well,
No,
no,
that was-
he was one of them, but it was like Rob Stone and like 20 massive bloods.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And
like-
that was actually, you know, so that whole day I was like doing a vlog and I was gonna have this really fucking good vlog. And so I'm standing outside, or no, they let me into the green room, and I say what up to Rob Stone, and then I start looking around, and I'm like, oh, Rob Stone is with like 20 dudes who are all wearing red. And then like I was thinking that I was gonna meet up with Ski Mask before the
Oh,
show.
you talking about when they jumped
about-
ski mask?
Yes.
No,
No, I'm
we're,
talking about
she was
X.
talking about when they
Oh.
when-
Like the San Diego thing.
Wait, you know who did that?
I'm asking you.
No, I don't know the exact person.
No.
I'm assuming it was just somebody from the
'Cause,
Bloods.
yeah.
It was somebody from probably
Yeah.
their crew. But you were talking about when they
The
beat
ski
up
mask
ski
thing.
mask.
That
Yeah,
seemed
yeah.
fucking.
And, hey, I feel
No.
like nobody talks about that. Like,
That's what I'm
nobody-
talking about
that
because
sparked everything.
that shit was
Yeah, I know.
that was the big thing that drove a wedge between X and Ski for sure. But that shit was crazy because I had this amazing vlog that I would have loved to put out, but it was like hella snitching because you could like see every fucking dude who jumped them like so good. And I was like, I'm not putting out a video that's gonna make all these fucking Bloods want to kill me.
No.
So I didn't put it out.
You're very
definitely.
smart for that because they
And-
would have
Definitely don't
pressed
wanna do
your
that.
And
shit.
I also was
I don't
like,
think they even cared at that
also,
point.
I seen Ski Mask like outside the club, like with his pants down. Like there were fucking photos that people took. 'Cause,
Yeah,
like
I
these
know.
So
motherfuckers
sad.
like jumped his ass like crazy. And there was just one dude with him who like I think Ski Mask was with like one dude with a gun. And the gun somehow like got lost in the whole thing. I actually don't know what the fuck happened with that because this
Jesus.
dude was like mad as fuck outside the fucking thing, being like, "Where the fuck is my pistol? They
took
won't let me
his-
back in. I can't find my pistol." I'm like,
What a bad thing
I
to
was like,
lose.
"You should leave.
Yeah, like
You
they
should forget about that gun."
and they beat him up and took the gun too.
I don't even know if they took the gun or if the gun got lost or what the fuck happened
But
to the gun.
yeah, but that sounds
No
like,
jumper nostalgia time. The time when we went to when we were on the Lil Pump Smoke Perp tour
Oh
and
my
the
God.
shooter dropped his gun on stage twice.
bro.
A
Twice.
man on tour dropped his gun on stage
Twice.
2 nights
Twice.
in a row.
No, twice in one night.
I thought it was 2 nights in a row.
Oh, was it 2 nights in a row?
in a row, I
Well,
think.
and I think in Oakland that one night he dropped it twice. I think he just dropped it another night too.
not-
He just kept dropping it.
I'm not going to say his name, but
No,
he
definitely
probably
not.
wants us to
Definitely
say
not.
his name.
Let's not do it. Let's not
He
do
would
it.
actually be hyped if we were like,
he
it
would.
was.
Yeah, he would.
But
actually.
yeah, that was a weird thing to go on tour and then to just realize, like, after like the first night, like, oh, there's a bunch of unlicensed firearms in this.
Well,
venue.
And your
I
friend
I
was not
remember-
even from America, so if we
Oh,
would have got
she was
caught, she
freaking
would have
out.
got fucking
Oh,
The
Already,
funniest,
she would've got shipped back
the
to
funniest
Bangladesh.
thing was the very first night
Bangladesh.
you're posting pictures on Instagram in the backstage with like 2 guns or something, and like the promoter
first
texted
night.
us being like, he needs to take that picture down right now or we're shutting the show down.
Also,
Word?
night
Yeah.
2 of the show, Pump kicked the kid's head in and turned the entire venue into a riot.
Yeah, it was.
And then Perp almost didn't let us leave because he met some girls. He's like, I'm going to fly out in the morning. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh
God.
me as a person who was booking the flight, I was just, or booking the tour or whatever, I was just like, oh my God. Like,
It's probably the
That
worst
was-
situation.
we're
to be in.
so lucky we made it out of that tour
I'm
without criminal
still-
charges
Or, like-
death, injury.
You got pulled over and
Off
they
the
let you
Zans.
go.
I was everybody in the
Dude,
car was off the
I
Xan.
was off the Xan.
Bro,
Which
I
is
feel
the
so
truth.
irresponsible and ignorant when I think about that time period of my
God,
life.
that was I.
We could
can't
have all died
believe
multiple
us.
times.
I believe in God. Okay.
Honestly, me too. Like,
I had to change my life after that, honestly.
yeah, bro. Honestly, same. I came home after getting kicked off that tour and made my most popular song to date, though.
Which one?
Tokyo
Goons.
Really?
I made that song like after
And
getting
then he
kicked off
also
that
had a
tour.
conspiracy theory that I was trying to take his spot in No Jumper.
You were inspired by the jeans that you stole from Smoke Perp.
The jeans that I sold to Smoke Perp, and then they try to act like I was stealing his shit. I'm like, bro, what the fuck?
Wait,
But
you bought it or you sold it to him?
Look, so I've always been the nigga with the massive drip and getting free clothes from random brands because that's just like my shit, just finesse clothes.
Yeah.
So these niggas was buying my shit off of me. Like I sold Rojas a Goth Money / made collab shirt.
Wait,
that was like
the best one is when you sold Twain the jacket that didn't fit him.
Exactly. I had got a whole bunch of clothes from Ken Trippy in Seattle, and I was like reselling it back to them. So anyway, the night in Oakland when we were leaving to go back to LA, I did the same thing. I met some bitches. And they're like, oh, I'll drive you back to LA and I'll come to the LA show. I'll get a hotel room. Like, I'll turn up with you. I'm like, all right, for sure. Y'all niggas leave. I had been in the van with y'all the whole time anyway. Me and Kim argued the whole way from Seattle to fucking Oakland. So
10
I was like,
hours
so I was
straight.
kind of like, yo, I ride with this random bitch. And like, but she wasn't even random. She was the homegirl.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, ride with the homegirl, possibly fuck her, get fucked up, whatever. Yeah, let's do that. And then this is all from my perspective. Then I come home, I meet y'all back at home, and you're like, yeah, you can't come on the rest of the tour. And I'm like, wait, what? I'm like,
That was stressful.
I was like, why? They're like, oh, they say you're stealing Smoke Perp's clothes. And I'm like, bro, what?
You did.
I did not at all. It was just crazy. It was just crazy though, just because like I don't know, whatever.
That was weird. I had to be like, house phone. I don't know. Like, I'm sure you don't think you're guilty, but I still have to kick you
Yeah,
off the
right.
store
Yeah,
because
it was one
they're
of those
saying it.
situations.
And they're like they're the headliners.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, I'm not gonna do the show if
and
this
they were
one
trying
per-
to pull like, or we're pulling out.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is like,
You know what? In that whole thing, when they were on the phone, mad as fuck because they thought you were stealing their clothes, Perp was like, I was really fucking with this dude, house phone too. Like, I was about to do a song with him, blah, blah, blah. So, like, we could actually live in a world where there was, like, a house phone Smoke Perp song.
I mean, I see
But
him and
he
still
stole
dab
from
him up
him.
anyway.
yeah, I'm sure he's cool with you now,
Like,
but that
yeah.
could have been, like, because at that moment we were on tour.
But,
Like,
bro-
we had just gotten the studio, we could have had house phone Perp
First
and
of
Lil
all,
Pump song.
and Pump.
And
Oh,
Lil
my
Pump.
God. If you gave them enough Xans, you could have just became, like, the same way that Dub became part of the crew by being
I was
the
just
fucking
thinking.
lean dealer, you could become the Xan
but
dealer or something.
I'm not
You
gonna
could be
lie.
the drip dealer.
I'm kind of glad that didn't happen because like now I can kind of like build my own entity and like
Instead of just being a drug dealer.
yeah. I mean, Desto Dub turned Medium Pump into literally like.
Traveling the world, yeah.
Yeah.
But to be honest, Dub is one of those people where he was gonna get it regardless, and
True.
he was gonna fucking figure out some
Yeah.
shit regardless.
Yeah.
So it's like, but they met on that tour too. You're right.
Desto Dub is one
So
of the few
crazy.
people that I think that we should do this podcast with that I think would be funny.
Desto Dub is one of the only people I respect in life.
He's one of the only other like people that I could see.
No,
If you weren't around, I would probably call Dub first.
no, for sure. Shout out Dub's like, I'm about to take that spot. He's gonna hear this and be like,
Yeah, literally.
house phone out of
He
here.
would get you out of
You
here.
know who's in town is Rico Reckless.
Shout out Rico
I
Reckless.
thought about having him come through, but then I'm like, no, there's no way this would be coherent.
Yeah, a lot of times he just talks like a lot, and I can't really step in.
Exactly.
He is very
Podcast with
funny.
him?
He like is hilarious, but he like doesn't even hear you when you start talking while he's talking. It's actually kind of insane and scary. No, actually, to be honest, the last time I had him on the podcast, we had like a
That's
normal
scary.
human conversation.
wow.
But the first time I ever did a podcast with him, he was like out of his mind, just ranting and raving. Like I was trying to jump into the conversation, and he's just like, "Rah, rah, rah, rah." He's like not hearing me. It was really strange.
You had never experienced that before, huh?
He's out of his mind. He's one of my favorite people to talk to on camera, but he's definitely.
Yeah,
a lot.
Yeah.
You
I
brought
can't-
him around a couple of times and you were like, yo, this guy's
I
fucking
want to do
hilarious.
another one with him, but to be honest, I'm kind of like burnt out on podcasts, and I still have a bunch more booked for this week. So, whatever.
What is it? You burnt out on doing them, or you just burnt out on just having
Period.
to get ready to fucking ask someone about their whole life.
It's not even like I'm fully burnt out. It's just like I feel like if I didn't do any interviews for a week, it would probably be really good for my brain right now.
You
felt
should. After London, like you grinded that shit out. I was very proud of you.
But since I got home, I've done like 12 too.
Bro, go to Hawaii or
Thank
something
you,
for
brother.
like a week, bro, or
But
like a
Adam
weekend.
can't. Adam's the type of people that can't not work.
Work, yeah.
Especially if there's-
He'll drive himself crazy.
It's just if there's good opportunities. Like I've been saying no to a bunch of them this week, just in the sense of like I'm only going to do really important ones, but then I got a bunch of
See,
really
but look, but
important
that's why you gotta let me co-host some of them so I can take some weight off of you. I literally I'm gonna call you out about this right now just because I love you and I'm just be real.
ones. Okay.
Whoa.
Okay, you should let me do the Zan-Man one with you. I know
It was at
literally-
2:30 in the morning.
Oh,
That
actually,
one got delayed so many times.
And he did call me that night. I was fucking this girl. He called me at around that time, and then I saw that y'all did the interview.
He already had your number.
Yeah, that's the homie.
that's crazy.
You're not helping your case right now.
Zan, man.
What do you mean? What am I helping the case?
You were fucking the interviewee's
Yeah,
girlfriend.
that you could.
I was fucking this girl, but he called. I didn't know he was calling me to say, "Hey, I'm about to do no jumper right now. Pull
But
up."
you're saying that he should have. Okay, never mind.
Okay,
No.
what's the other one?
Tisa Korean, because I know a lot about both of them that I feel like could have enhanced the interview because I watched it after.
I guess I didn't know that. But that,
And
that was-
I
you
showed you, and I showed you both of them.
right. Did
That
you?
was it. Yeah, both of them. I was sending you Zan-Man's whole catalog, like, bro, listen.
You
to
were
this.
sending me
Listen
Zan
to
Man
this.
early on. This is true.
That's fact. Because I remember
Although a lot of people were, honestly.
And
that's facts.
we're doing a surprise, guys. We're doing a lot more of the green screen thing. So like,
We
you
got some
should
good
like,
stuff on the way.
you should.
Yeah,
Chill
like
for- chill.
Bro, go to Hawaii, go somewhere pretty, like for
that
like a
vacation.
weekend.
Hell
Just for like a
no.
weekend, bro.
Renna's always trying to get me to do gas. shit
Do a
like that.
staycation.
We just bought a house. Fuck that. I gotta work. I gotta make money.
That's fine. Congratulations on that, by the way.
Brand deals.
Bro, damn, man.
We're gonna have a big barbecue soon.
Bro, you went from motherfucking
The K Town house.
the K-Town house to your own crib. Like, you went from the back house to having a front house.
Wow. Taking a shit.
What is taking a shit?
I just can't. I just say that a lot lately. I don't know.
Like, look, like, bro, like, I really want you to be proud of yourself, my nigga. You really done some shit, like, so
Yeah.
far. For real.
Nah.
You
Fuck
got-
that.
Yeah, you got more work to do, for sure.
Nah. No.
He's like,
You
I
just
will
gotta
never
just get
stop.
started.
You just got a Young Thug interview, bro.
Fuck that. Who the hell is that?
Whoa.
Never heard of him. No, I'm just kidding. That was cool. That
You know,
was
you're
cool.
wilding out. Did you see the memes that they saying that Future dissed you? The Future just
Yeah,
didn't
that's
even
funny as
acknowledge
fuck.
you.
I mean, honestly,
I would look the exact same way.
it would have been nice if Future had been like, "Oh, Adam, no jumper,
That would have
Yeah.
been
big
great.
fan, free
then
band
that-
gang."
That would have been like the most
Because then that would have
insane-
been the best segue to be like, well, when do you want to do your interview?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? No, that's what I should have done. Is I should have said, "Future, talk about Young Thug a little bit." Imagine if I had said that. Imagine if Future walked in the room and I had just been like, "Hey, Future,
like,
talk to the camera, man.
Free fans!
Free band."
Why'd you do a Hitler, like, free man?
Just hey!
Kim's like, free man.
Fine line between this and yeah.
The hands were going up.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
I think we should
How do
end
you
this
think-
now.
How,
All right.
wait, how do you think he would have reacted if you did?
I mean, it's Future. It very much wasn't that energy because the room was already so quiet because we were doing the interview, and then
Yeah.
also it's like your Future just like sort of wanting over to say like hi to your one other mega star,
Like your
friend.
only
Right.
homie.
You know,
like
because
that.
there's probably no other artist there at that moment the Future would give a fuck about talking to, really.
Exactly.
And it just felt very
Wait,
much
real
like,
quick about Future before we end. Did y'all see the white dude in London knocking out Future security guard at the airport? But why though? What the fuck is the context?
I want to find out what the fuck happened
Did you
because
see Future's response?
Future.
No, I
No,
didn't-
what did he
whoa.
say?
He said that the fan edited the video together because you know how it kept cutting to like Future just standing in the
Yeah.
corner
Yeah.
not doing anything. According to Future, it was edited together and it's cap.
I don't know
Well,
if I
but,
believe
like,
that, but that's
what-
interesting.
And he
But
said
is he trying to
doesn't-
say that they beat them up after or something?
He
Like-
said that the fan asked him for a picture and Future said no, and then he took it out on the security guard, and at that point, Future had already left. Now that I say this, it just doesn't sound
Yeah.
real.
I mean that the photo, denied photo, they get mad at the bodyguard, whatever.
And then knock the bodyguard out,
I
though?
guess, but man, it's just like that the way it looks, where it looks like Future just sort of saunters away, just acts like a regular dude, and just fucking
At the
sneaks away from the
airport,
bodyguard
yeah.
because the bodyguard is so disposable to him. It's just like
But what are you supposed to do? Are you gonna
That's like
bodyguard's
nightmare
supposed
scenario
to
for a fucking.
protect
Yeah,
you.
Future's supposed to go back and fight the dudes. Like,
Because
I guess you could call make
Yeah,
more
like, nigga, what the
commotion.
fuck?
I mean, not even that, but make more commotion. Like, oh my god,
But
help
Future
him.
in that area, that like busy ass area by himself is like such a fucking lick. It's such a hey Donnie.
Donnie.
It's such a bad situation for him to be in because it's like for him to even get to safety is going to be very difficult. I don't
Yeah.
think people realize how much of a liability being as famous as Future is because
Bro.
it's just
and he's at the fucking airport too.
Because they're trying to do that to him.
that was the
you know?
airport.
Yeah, it was at the
It
airport.
looked like
It looked like an
Oh.
airport.
really. It looked like a train station or something.
Something like
I
that.
thought it was somewhere like a public area or something.
Nah, it looked like they was. I mean, that kind of is
Yeah.
a public area, but like,
Yeah.
nah, it definitely looked like it was like an airport or some
Well,
shit.
R.I.P.
Train
Future's
station.
bodyguard.
Hey,
Not R.I.P.
I want to
He
end
was
it on this note.
Alright.
Remember when Young Thug was like, if he don't like you, I'll hate you.
Yeah.
Do you guys feel that way about me?
Yep. I do.
I feel that way about you guys. So
But who do you hate that I'm supposed to hate too? I don't think you hate anybody.
I don't think you
that
really
much.
hate that many people, but like, you
Probably, yeah.
You probably hate some random bitches, and I'm like, I feel you on that. So
I feel
fuck
like
them.
we hate most of the same people, right? Also, a lot of people hate me, so you're really
Yeah,
signing up for a
I
lot
was
right
about to say,
there.
I don't know. I would say honestly, I don't even know if I can agree
You
with
can't,
that.
you definitely
I
can't.
I can't, bro.
okay, but if people are mean to you guys.
No, yeah, I'm about to say like, there's a difference between that and then someone just being like
Publicly shitting on you, I guess.
yeah,
is a
or
little
like,
different.
or like, I'll do something to him. Then I'm like, nah, you
Oh,
got my nigga fucked up.
do
You ain't
something
gonna-
is different too.
Yeah, you feel
like
me?
somebody's gonna try to fuck someone up.
Yeah.
Yeah. If someone wants to fight Kim, then we're definitely
Yeah,
not cool.
Then we're like, yeah, you feel me? If it's some random bitch like, oh, fuck that bitch, I'll beat her ass. Like, first of all, no, that's kind of what Jesse did. No, she didn't say I'll beat her ass, but that's
Whoa.
kind of what Jesse was doing. Like, oh, fuck her. Like, I'm a like let me take over as a guest
Oh
on
my
the show.
God.
Like, yo, like you are tripping. Like, how you gonna come on her
didn't say
podcast?
that?
How you gonna come on her podcast saying, oh, let me get on the show?
Imagine if she tried to fight me. That'd be crazy.
We'll beat her ass. We'll
She'll
jump
probably
her.
fuck you up. You
Fuck
weigh like
that bitch.
70 pounds. I don't think you got it.
Yeah, you don't
I
think
wear like 95.
you don't think she got it?
95, really? You don't
Yeah,
even
I'm
crack
getting to 100.
100?
I'm trying.
I thought that. I'm trying.
Anyways, on that note, this has been the first episode of the No Jumper Show. Tune in every week. We will be dropping on Tuesday.
Every week.
Every week.
Tuesday drop date. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Motivate us. Get
We're
us
almost at 3
motivated.
million. Woo!
Almost at 3 million.
Let's get us to 3 million, and me and Kim, we're gonna go live after every episode.
Oh, very true. So if you
Wait, are we?
Yeah.
Well, this isn't even live, so it doesn't
I
matter.
said we're gonna go live.
Oh
After.
yeah. Oh
So-
yeah. Everyone tune in
After
every
episode.
every Monday at around 8. We will be going on live stream, listening to your music.
Yep.
Tune in.
Tune in.
No jumper Kanama.
Follow me on Instagram at Camgirl.
Oh yeah, there we go.